Last time, you guys fought Cassandra Volt in her basement manor, got kind of the ass beat out of you with this huge explosion where everybody went unconscious, and to your knowledge, Dennisstein died. You guys next awoke inside of a caravan hours outside of Alberzine with a General Grendridge, excuse me, where he basically told you that he had been working with Cassandra Volt and he is now tired of it. And in about a day or two, or excuse me, 2 days, he was going to come back and meet with you, work together. Oh, they didn't spell. Work together, and in doing so, hopefully find a way to possibly overthrow her. Break this bond he has with her. He didn't really go too much into it. You guys then went to the prison. You guys didn't know the name, didn't ask. Where you guys met some individuals. You had a little hoedown with some giants. Got some information from Ognar and another giant known as Smartbeard. And after you,
giants or Goliaths?
or Goliaths, excuse me. After you guys went through the prison for a little while, you guys then had Orem send out a message where he sent one to Arlanda, who got back with him quite quickly that she was going to be coming back to the prison at around midnight to meet back up with the party and see what was going on. After doing so, you guys had been brought back to your prison cells after a decent discussion with a Professor Gax that Gildor you knew quite closely from Endel's Academy. And that's pretty much where we're going to pick up, is you guys going back to your cells. You guys have now been here for about 8 to 9 hours. You guys get a long rest. And at this point, you guys start hearing, as it's about 10, 11 p.m., noises of guards making their way towards your guys' section of the cell. At this point, you see a guard covered full head to toe in armor. He stands right in front of your cell first. All right, and he starts making his way down. Seems to have a very groggy, tired voice. We're going to be sending you all out. Seems that you're moving cells. Saw you speaking certain individuals in the yard for quite some time. And by order of Grandridge, we want to make sure that nothing happens. They'll start getting ready to move you out of their cells as you see 5 guards move through.
What's the point?
Well, and you look around. These cells aren't the strongest, and you see him kind of shake and rattle on them, and the chains are kind of loose. And he looks at you. If you really wanted to, and after seeing some of the magic that you all used in the yard, we don't think it's quite safe if you just stay here. So, come with us. After a few moments, you hear the gates. And now that you guys are kind of being brought out, you see there's about 15 to 20 guards on kind of each side. It's a very narrow pathway. It's about 5 feet, 10 feet in some areas. You guys get moved down into a new area. After about 15 minutes, give me a perception check.
16. That's not very nice.
10. Alright, so after a few moments, you guys look, and as you do so, you notice that there's a decent amount of guards. A lot of them, though, at this point, they seem to be changing shifts. Night shift or whatever's happening, you see guards changing out. You guys are being brought to an area that seems to be somewhat secluded off on its own wing. As you guys go, you are brought down to levels. You guys were on the 3rd floor, and now you're being brought down to what seems to be the normal floor from what you can believe. You see that there are no windows, and as you go, you are brought down what is like an entryway that kind of splits off. It's about 10 feet wide, and then you see 3 kind of split ways with very random walls and then just drop pits that drop into the ground. You see nothing but darkness below. So there's like no walls other than like certain areas, and then In some areas, there's no walls. You can see through to the other pathways. And in between them, there's just darkness. Some of the pathways that are kind of etched out, not even like able to be walked on, you'd have to jump across. They're just drops into darkness. You see 3 pathways, one in front of you, one to the right, and one to the left. You see 2 doorways off, one to the right, one to the left. You guys are brought and ushered to the right. You see most of the pathways are 10 feet in width. There's a couple corners that you see, little hodgepodge corners, but you notice that this is a very dark corridor. And everything that has been kind of in this area since you've been brought into this room and chamber is basically leading just towards this cell area. You guys go, and as you see this door, a guard goes up and does something, make sure that no one is looking. And what did you roll?
26. 16.
All right. You see that there's some sort of key that he uses to open this door. There's about 15, maybe 20, and you see that this one seems to have some sort of golden tab on it. As you go and look, he turns and he leans into the doorway. As he does so, the door opens, you guys are led, and you see 7 cells. 2 are then concaved in. The rest and the 5 you guys are all put into. You see as the door closes, there's one guard that sits in your cell chamber. You guys have what looks to be invisible walls in front of you. To the right, left, and behind you, completely stone cobbled all around, all the way to the bottom, no gaps or in the ceiling. You're in about, I'd say, almost complete darkness, other than a small little lantern that kind of illuminates behind his head. And then in the very ceiling, you see almost like a spotlight glass ceiling that has kind of been dug out just to illuminate on this side maybe 10 feet, but it probably goes the rest above or further inward towards the level and more in the center of the building of the whole construct of the prison. That's about all you guys can see. At this point, you guys know that there's probably about an hour or so before Arlanda is probably going to be here. Is there anything you guys want to do? And for just players' sake, I'm not going to play for John tonight, so...
Can the guard hear us if we just talk?
You're not sure.
I mean, if I try to talk to him.
Oh yeah, you can get his attention. He's about 30, 40 feet away. He's just kind of sitting there on a table or on a chair, just kind of minding his own business. Seems like he's whittling on something with a large spear and a shield next to him, just kind of sitting there.
You said the other 2 cells were concaved in?
Yeah, you weren't quite sure. No, it looks as if when you guys walked in, they did something to block them. You're not quite sure. It's very dark, and you guys were put in cells, and then you just kind of hear something moving and shutting off this aspect of those cells.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, what's in those cells?
After a few moments, you just see the man. He whittles, long beard, nothing. He doesn't respond.
Hey!
He looks up for a moment. What?
What's in those cells?
Nothing.
I hear something.
There's nothing there.
Prove it.
I don't need to fucking prove it. And you just see him, he just puts down and he goes back and starts whittling. You see a couple shavings go off. Alright, so is there anything you guys want to do before your meeting, possibly with Arlanda?
I don't know. Discuss the plan. What are we doing?
Well, you guys are in between walls, so technically, if you guys are gonna talk, you guys are gonna have to find a way to do so.
Separate cells, right?
Yes, you guys are all in separate cells, right next to each other. Boom, boom, boom. It'll go. Life will be on the end, then Gildor.
So can we see each other?
No.
Or, so
there's a wall, and then we can a magic wall.
But in front of you, there's nothing. It's like an invisible wall from what you can tell. But you do know that there seems to be something. You go up and touch it?
Touch it.
So you walk up and you touch it, and it's when you feel just this slight blue translucent shield almost emit before you, and you feel a decent amount of resistance. What you guys doing? You waiting?
Yeah.
There's
So
not really much else I can do.
we still don't have like most of our equipment.
Right. You guys basically have jack shit.
We only have recorded. He has his fight.
No, at like 96.
Oh my god. Alright, what you guys doing?
You're down 160. I have a 165.
I have 120. And 1 silver.
I mean, there's not. Dude.
I'm just
Guess we can antagonize this guy somewhere. I don't really feel the need to do that.
Certainly always give it a go. You guys just want to wait?
What you whittling?
Give me a persuasion check.
16.
Kind of looks up. Just a dog.
Dog?
That's for my boy. What does it matter to you?
I like animals.
Why are you in here?
Your boss is an asshole.
Everybody's boss is an asshole. But that's why they're the boss.
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose.
Well, so why are you in here?
Oh, where do I start?
You see him kind of grab his shield and kind of just throw it over and stop whittling and just kind of walk his way towards your cell.
We tend to piss people off. We're not exactly people.
I don't. I'm new to all this.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, I don't know that guy.
I'm not with the group.
So then why are you guys brought to this specific corridor here? We only bring individuals here who we feel might try and flee.
Really, they think we're
I mean,
scared.
frankly speaking, we're kind of threats to the people in power.
For the most part, and you have great magical capabilities from what we've heard.
Yeah, that's part of the threat thing.
But some of you we know have gone to school here. We've done some digging, and just from what I've heard, some might be willing to give a second chance if you are able to possibly be heard before some individuals.
This is news to me.
Well, it's news to me, but I'm just telling you what I heard. So, I don't know. Is your group very bad? And you see him, he just kind of leans up against the wall now, goes back to whittling, puts his spear back.
So,
Define bad, like
so the
morally
people in
bad?
charge, right? Your boss.
Well, I do bad things. I mean,
Are we incompetent or?
incompetent. Some of that's bred into certain ones. I mean, I'm talking, you knowingly are doing things you shouldn't be doing.
We fight for what we think is right.
So, good and bad is subjective. You know how you said that everyone's boss is an asshole?
Yeah.
So if we don't like your boss is an asshole, then is it really bad of us to not like an asshole?
I mean, just because they're an asshole doesn't mean...
I'm not talking about just an asshole. There's an air of corruption within the region. We're not talking about your boss. We're talking about the boss.
He kind of looks. So, you have personal issues with people in power.
You have the potential to have personal issues.
Technically, no issues. That's probably not what they perceive.
And what are you going to do about it? You're locked in these cells. You obviously missed something. You did something wrong. You went about it the wrong way at some point.
Hey,
I mean, look, all I'm
technically our
saying.
teacher asked us to do it, and we were like, sure.
But did you knowingly go into it?
No, I did not.
That's fair.
That's her.
I woke up in a cage.
Well, then I guess your circumstances are a little bit different than the rest of the lot here. So then what is your story?
If I'm a nephew, apparently someone didn't want that to happen.
Who's your nephew?
Elders, actors.
And as you say that name, give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Three.
He turns. No, something of this Aknos. We heard he's making his way towards Audrey. He has been tracked towards Refugee Pass, and he made his way past Redstone. We have certain higher-ups, for some reason, that are quite interested in his whereabouts. I heard it about a week ago. Certain coin was being tossed around for jobs heading west, and, well, I wasn't looking to go into Rock's country, so I obviously declined. But, yeah. You do get out of here, you're gonna need to go to Audrey. He'll never make it north. The rocks. If he does, he'll be dead. And he kind of leans in towards you. I'll just let you know, those tieflings, as well as undead, are not quite welcome in Rock's country.
Things aren't open up in all places.
They mostly just take kin to elven kind and certain ones that they've allowed within their premises. But, yeah, they're pretty tight on their rules. But, and he kind of leans back. And now at this point, after you guys have been conversating, you know that it's getting pretty close to midnight. Give me all a perception check as this is going on.
11.
21.
21? What is it?
20.
15.
Okay, so you guys all will notice this group check. You guys pass. After a little bit of conversating, he goes on talking about his boy, what he's carving, taking safety jobs instead of harsher ones.
Shit.
Yep.
Mhm.
He goes on. You guys notice Arlanda very quietly and a little emit right at the glass ceiling about 15 to 20 feet above you when there's like about a 10 foot of that glass ledge, and she's just kind of standing there and then creeps down on all four and gets on her hands and knees, and she kind of looks down. You guys all kind of notice her after a few seconds. She kind of points and then puts her hands up like,
What's he point at?
I were just.
yeah, like she kind of just points down and looks as if she's pointing at the guy, or like, why are you guys in cells? Possibly, you're not quite sure at this vantage point, and then just kind of gives you like the what's going on hands.
So, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You're talking about your boy, about how you're not really looking to stick your neck out.
No, I'm looking for just an easy night here. I'd like to finish this dog hair off.
I have a proposition for you.
Yes?
You let us out of this cage. We go on our way. We rough you up a little bit. Slip some gold in your pocket. Maybe your shoes. They might check your pockets. But we make it look like we escaped. And you let us escape.
Hey, what about our stuff?
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm mad at that shit.
I've got some gold too.
Paid.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh wait, is it just plus or whatever?
It's an advantage,
Okay.
typically. It's 15 total.
He kind of looks. I'm gonna need more than just some coin if I'm gonna be sticking my neck out for some fugitives that are highly wanted and supposedly not to be let loose. You catch my drift?
What kind of wood is that dog made out of?
You look down. Possible oak, maybe balsam. Not quite sure.
Okay.
What if I told you that our interests may make your life better?
How?
Talking about all this, boss. We aim to just kind of figure out what's going on around here and put a stop to it. I know you've been seeing things and heard some things, and that's kind of what our mission is. Our grand mission, we want to find the corruption. And get rid of it.
Give me a persuasion check.
Well,
17.
Kind of leans forward off the wall, puts the toy kind of in his other hand, and then takes it back. About this. 200 gold. You take this toy to my boy. Bring it to him. I haven't seen him in months. Take it. Tell him you're looking for Barrick's house. That's our family name. You're going to need to go back towards Inventus. Small town near one of the storm sites north of Albazine. You'll need to be careful when you go there. Now, promise, take this toy, 200 gold. I'll let you out. I'll tell you right now, if you do so, let's just say, hypothetically, we do this. As soon as those cages open, prison cells, the guards will be alarmed. There will be most likely anywhere between 2 to 4 that will rush down. You will have to apprehend or deal with before we can make it towards any kind of points off the eastern exit. We're able to make it through the secret wall, run through the desert. If you have means of transportation, you'll have to find your way from there. That is all the aid I can give.
you said there's a number of guards that will have to be subdued. Are you one of them?
You pay the money, you promise to get that toy. I'll come with you until we reach the wall. Then I'm running. 200 gold, my family and I, we can live quite a while off that. I don't need to keep this job.
Probably big risk.
So is keeping you all in here when you might possibly threaten to bust out anyway. And what if I'm on the wrong side of the fence? I'd rather the ball be in my court and the spear on my back and not in it when all this is said and done. So, like I said, bring down the barriers. The guards will come. We can run, but I know we will not make it for at least 2 show up. We can make it possibly halfway. Quick. Now, at this point, as he's moving around, Let's see if he notices Orlando.
I was about to say, what is she doing? Are
So-
we hear this conversation?
No, she cannot hear it. Now, as this is happening, you just see him walking, and Orlando is kind of just sitting and standing on top. She's kind of watching, and then as he kind of paces back, he turns. He does not see her. He kind of starts pacing back towards the wall. Turns his back to all of you, and you guys both see her now looking up at you, and she's like looking down, like, "Do you want me to come in?" It seems as if she's like motioning, like, "Am I, breaking in? Like, are we going in, or are we like?" She's looking for a signal. She's trying to figure out what she should be doing. So you guys have a moment here while it looks as if this individual, this guard, is now with his back turned, walking away from you. Arlanda is looking for some sort of tell. What do you guys want to do?
Finger.
You put it up?
Yeah, to her. Like,
Yep, and she sees it. She's like,
want to do this?
she looks up for a second, then she's like, "Wait."
Want to do this?
Okay.
Point to the guard. I'm gonna go like this.
So
And I'm
So she looks at you and she's like,
point to the guard again.
"Yeah, yeah."
Makes sense.
She thinks that she wants her to break down on top of him.
When he's asleep. When he's asleep, break down.
Okay. She. Hey, let's see if she can even put that together. I'm gonna roll an intelligence check for her.
She should be goddamn smart.
Okay, yeah, I was an 18. Yeah, she comprehends. So you're like, and she's like, "Okay, so we're gonna wait. We're waiting. All right."
I mean, unless she, I mean, we don't know, but what if she can't even get us out of these barriers? That's what
I mean, you don't know if this guy's gonna fall asleep.
oh, well, I would spell that. Oh, there you go.
I'm just okay.
Do that.
He's like, "Hey, I'm just." So at this point, you wait a moment. He turns around. You see the guard. So, what are we going to do?
Man.
Are we up for the gold or not?
You command someone to sleep.
That's up to It's a singular word. Typically, it's something that commands a
What is it?
It's sleep, or it's not sleep. It's command.
It says you might use a command other than one described here.
What's the spell?
Command.
Yeah, it should be
It's
what,
a
wisdom?
one-word command, and if they fail on a wisdom save,
Do it.
Yeah.
They don't. It only compels them for about 6 seconds. Because then the spell immediately breaks. Like, I guess if he's a heavy sleeper,
Let's see here.
REM. Right, like go immediately.
Stage 2.
Okay, so you can have him approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt.
Yeah.
The target doesn't move, takes no actions. The target falls prone and ends its turn.
Sleep is a little.
So
Sleeping
sleeping
a little
is
too much.
yeah, sleeping is like
There's a first.
it says I can determine how it behaves. I'd say you'd be able to like stun the target for 6 to 10 seconds, halting him, allowing him to just be stunned there, not able to do anything. But then
not to take this deal.
Well, we have an in man with fire where people.
and you guys can talk
Actually,
freely now. It's you guys are
there's
able
actually
to
kind
talk
of
through the
no
walls.
reason to escape, especially because the guy has all of our equipment.
Yeah, we're gonna get our stuff.
Yeah. If anything, we just need to inform Arlanda about what's happening, so we get backup if possible. Technically, we're kind of up here.
We don't have any way to talk to her.
And I
Yeah, I don't. Nobody has any confidence.
I mean, I've got some encouragement, but I don't think that is versatile enough to do conversations, and also we cannot be able to hear her.
Does anybody have message in their spell list? Because you two, don't you both have a flexible spell list?
I mean, yeah.
Getting him big for something. Get out of here.
Wait, does one of you have access to sleep? To the actual spell?
Every time.
Because I can't prepare different spells because I don't have my spell book. I just have the same spell.
All right, so what are you guys doing? You see the guard turn around. So what is it? 200 gold, it's on the table. He spins the toy kind of through his fingers and in his hand. Take the toy. Take it to my boy. And when you do so, I'll have a message that I want you to take with him if you decide to agree.
Oh, one more point. If we do run, we would go from alleged criminals to definite criminals.
Again.
I mean, I'm not.
Instead of the rocks, it'll be the law.
I mean, I'm not super. We can stick this out. Like the one guy, he's an asshole. Like, our interests are essentially the same. Focus on gold. Whatever. He's just being an asshole about it. And he does have our shit. I'm not opposed to saying. I just don't know how to convey that to fucking.
Now, are you saying that out loud, I assume? Talking?
Amongst yourselves, yeah.
The guard, he turns after a moment hearing, your stuff is here at the prison.
Within 100 feet?
I would say light detour. Could possibly acquire it if we do decide to run. But it would probably take 2, maybe 3 rounds of combat if we are in it to be able to find, ascertain, grab everything. You probably wouldn't be able to equip it. Grab and run type scenario, whatever's there. And I do know that he did take some of your belongings with him. Few bags that he sought interest in.
Oh, yeah, so all my stuff's gone. So, yeah. All my stuff's in that bag.
Yeah, we kind of need stuff. Fresh in. I don't think you're getting too much gold. I'll make your dog real cool.
Yeah, that's the only way you're getting gold is if we get our stuff.
Alright, give me a persuasion check. One of you. You can aid if you wish.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was.
Yep, one person
if
can
I
aid.
would have known it would have been one. I would have given it to him. Fuck. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Roll it if you
Alright,
if you want to
I'll
give it to him. That's fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, he looks just good enough. All right, you see him turn and he takes his hand from what you can see now off of something on the wall. I'll let you sit out another night in here. No payment, no nothing. Now, promise me that you're not going to try and break out of here. And you see him and he kind of goes back and just starts whittling again. Now, at this point, Arlanda, she turns.
I'm gonna look up.
Would a charmed person be able to get into pretty sus?
It makes him like hammy. He would know.
I mean,
after
I'm just gonna
Oh,
look
yeah,
up and just.
but that's an hour. That's not
Maybe like-
okay, so after a moment, you kind of give her the, this is not happening.
Yeah.
And she just kind of is like, okay, and in a moment, you just see her disappear. Now, charm, I would say that it would, double check, but I would say you'd be able to get it to do, for the most part, yeah, it just makes them easier to persuade, yeah. Turns you into their friend, yeah. So, I mean, if you were like, hey, and you charmed them, yeah, they'd be like, yeah, what do you want me to do, wife? You want me to do
You want me to
something
do
for
life?
you,
You
bruh?
want me to do life?
I'm thinking about using charm person.
I mean,
Does that when that ends? Do they know they've been charmed?
Correct.
Yes, but
Yep.
that's an out.
Does last now. Would be enough.
Risk.
We just sent garbage.
yeah, Orlando just
Yeah,
left.
so-
We just sent her
So
away.
then
Yeah,
it's
center
us and a charm person. It's just a random old guard.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's worth it. Still.
we worked hard for that stuff. Damn it.
That and we're all pretty much crippled without it.
So at this point, about an hour or so starts going by as you guys are talking about opportunities. It starts becoming about 1-ish or so in the morning. Do you guys wish to keep talking about it, or do you have a plan of action?
I have no reason to rest, so
You guys want to fast travel to the morning?
Unless something happens, I'm just gonna.
Did he ever finish his dog?
By about halfway through, you actually see the guards kind of change out at about 4 a.m. Around that time, you notice guards change. Another guard comes in, this time a small dwarvish individual. He just kind of sits there stone-faced, doesn't say anything, and for the most part sits there for the remainder of the 2 hours.
Did the guy finish his dog, though?
From what you can tell, give me a persuasion check. Or a perception, sorry.
15?
Not sure. It looks like possibly the whole shape. Details, though, maybe not.
Okay.
So, now you guys, is there anything you want to do before morning? No? Alright. So, 6 a.m. rolls around. You notice that the dwarf gets a large knock on the side of the door. An individual comes in, and you see the golden ringed key swing back on the side of this belt. You see an individual come forward, and as he looks towards you all, he turns and he says, "So, it is time that you all come with me. We have decided that we will give you your time by yourselves, secluded. If you try and escape, just know that we will shoot you dead. Now, if you make it beyond the walls, know that the sandworms will eat you.
And
So,
Tremors?
you see this large individual turn, and as it goes... Oh, and one more thing. While you stay at my prison, understand that anything that you do, I see. That heretic you had here last night, we were ready to pounce at any moment. Try things like that again, and we will make sure that the council hears of it. Now take your yard time and make sure that you enjoy your stay at Podre Prison." And at that moment, you guys feel the large blue translucent doorways descend. You guys are brought out. You guys are then manacled and shackled together. You can only get about a foot in between each other. And you guys are brought into a doorway and then out the same way, brought into this courtyard where it is completely desertous, hot, probably about 120, 125 degrees. And you guys are here in a yard under watch by 4 guards with 2 towers on the outskirts of you with a large stone-walled fence that kind of encompasses you. Is there anything you wish to do? If not, we can kind of skip to you guys getting towards the end of today.
In this yard, is there like any kind of shrubbery?
No, there's no shrubbery.
Shrubbery,
Nope, it is a complete desert. And as you look around, you notice that most of the area, there's not one speck of vegetation that you can see within probably a mile or 2.
Are there any, during mealtime, are there spoons or forks?
Yeah, there's instruments that are given to you for eating.
Are they wooden?
Some are wooden, some are like, I would say almost like a translucent plastic in a sense, but for a makeshift way, most of them are wooden, yes. or some sort of like iron.
I mean, the only thing that I really want to do, make sure I'd like to pocket a wooden fork.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
If I can even fucking find one.
So you're literally
I'm good at that. I'm
you're good.
proficient.
Oh, hey. So you're going through the lunch line after everybody's kind of cleaning up, and after doing such, you kind of walk through and you're looking to grab an extra set of silverware.
12. Oh, I don't. I actually no. I don't eat. Never mind. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, it's 12 total sleight of hand.
so you go and you grab. You see a couple individuals at the prison. They stare at you, seeing you grab extra, kind of no food, no nothing. You just grab it and walk off.
I mean, I'd grab rations and then feed it to him, but yeah.
They kind of look and you make your way. Nobody seems to notice.
Sweet.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do before you guys descend back into your cells and nightfall comes back?
Any other spell components I need to steal?
No? You
I
good?
can just do that? That's awesome. Never mind.
Life, you good?
I'm good.
Fuck this, you good? You good? Alright, everybody's good. Alright, so it becomes nightfall. You guys make your way back into your cells. You guys have, I'd say about, at this point, it's about 10, 11 p.m. Is there anything you guys wish to do while you guys are in your cells? So while you guys sit here.
How long will we sit in the cells throughout the day?
So you guys are in here for about 16 to 18 hours per day. Without sleeping and a little bit of court time with lunch and whatnot, you're in here for almost 20-ish hours probably total.
At fairly early on, I would ask one of the guards, hey, with their shit, I have a book. Normal, mundane book. I have some reading material here.
No.
I thought I'd ask.
Now,
And then we'd move on.
you move on. You guys make it into the night. You guys realize it becomes quite late. And at this point, you hear a knock on your door. You notice that one of the dwarven guards that you once had the night previous is now starting the night. And after about 2 to 3 hours into his shift, he is swapped back out with the same previous guard from the night before. You see him come walking back in. But I see you guys all decided to stay another night. Now, you guys all are going to have company in a couple of minutes. Mr. Grandridge is going to be making his way. He said he has a meeting that he is to have with you, so be on your best behavior and make sure that you do not try anything funny. A few moments go by. You guys notice a knock on the door. Opening the door, you see a golden key in the background, and then a door swing open within the darkness and a figure walk in. In a moment, you see the tan-skinned and the slicked back brown hair of General Grandridge with his long sword, and he has what looks to be a large, normal-looking sack filled with many things behind him. You hear him as he drops them beside him. He turns. All right, God. I need the room. You would excuse us. The God is dismissed, and now Grandridge stands before you. All right. So, are we to work together before I say anything further? I have held up certain things that I have found, and I have a way of killing Cassandra Volt, I think. I have found ways of getting you out of here, and I think you all are willing to work with me. Things will go as planned, but they will be risky. Yes.
Will there be a curse involved?
There are no curses.
Then I'm down.
I'm just going to tell you this right now, though, that the plan that I have at stake It involves fighting immediately.
And like 2 to 4 guards are gonna come down.
It means like maybe more than that. It means that when I brought you here, let's just say I lied.
This is the warden?
No, this is the general.
Okay.
If you have my wand in that bag, I'm down.
I have your wand.
You said you were looking that you had looked for. You know anything of his parents?
If you help me, I can give you further information. I can tell you where Tildris is actually located. I can also tell you, and he looks right at you, the next individual that will be taking over for Denistine, you know personally. Now, we can both help each other, but we do not have long. He turns around and he looks back at the door. The guards just changed. I've scoped most of the prison. To get you here, I told them I would be executing you. That's how I was able to get you here. I'm not going to tell you all the details of what happened back in Alberzine, but let's just say large explosions happened, Volt's Manor went up in flames. I was already waiting outside. Saw your footsteps and I already had a meeting with Miss Volt. I just happened to stumble upon the aftermath right as it was happening. Scooped all of you up and took you in my caravan. Came up with this story and messaged Podre immediately and told them that you were all to be sentenced to death. The Red Council doesn't even have word, nor does Alberzine's council of what is going on.
Short. We're not connected to the manor at all.
Not yet, at least.
Unless you say something.
Or unless there's someone there that we, or that I, do not know about. My knowledge, I was the first one to found you, and I was there as soon as the mansion exploded.
He's dead.
If we are going to break out of here, my only means of getting you all out alive is to arm you with these, and you see him and he turns down to the bag and he just kind of throws a ton of items down. Bags of holding, some of more mundane items. I was unable to take. Some of the guards took them, personal use, for gifts or for other means, but for the most part, I was able to get all of your weapons, armor, and for the most part, everything else that you had. You notice that everything is there, literally, except for your bags of holding, and your wand is there, but you notice that it is kind of broke. Still will work, but you see that through just whatever the explosion and stuff, and most of your guys' gear is singed, tarnished. It'll work, but you can tell that it's somewhat dented. Beaten.
Last there?
It is there. You can tell though it is somewhat singed, somewhat.
As long as it does what it's supposed to do, I'm good.
It does. Now, the only way I was able to get the items back is turning out the bags before they took them. So be lucky I was able to do that. Yes, your books are there.
It's everything but the bag.
Everything but the bags. So John lost his too. So I think there was, I don't know how many we were, but they basically scarfed those up. For the most part, the only course of action I have, and he turns and he starts literally walking over to the wall, and you see him put his hand on the wall and presses something, and you see a large reddish orange glyph move and then alternate and then descend into the wall, and your guys' blue translucent walls descend. You don't have long.
Already agreed something on my.
Do you know what's in those cells?
He turns and you look over. Now, as you kind of look out and you can kind of see, it looks as if some sort of mage or something has molded part of the stonework and just closed them off. You see nothing.
Yeah, question. Do you know about the secret passage on the east wall?
I do not know.
Well, supposedly there's a secret passage on the east wall.
Well, my plan And he kind of starts literally sweating. I don't know of the secret passage. I had a plan of going out, and he looks up. The 5th story. I thought we were going to jump. The sand.
Sounds neat.
That's what I was told by a guard. That there's a secret passage on the east wall.
But
I have an airship that possibly, if things are going according to plan, could be waiting there. We make it to the 5th floor. Should be waiting.
and if we go that way, we'll encounter more guards, which means we might be able to get back our story.
Oh, those are long gone. That was 3 days ago.
We're not
Hey,
quite sure
I
how
said-
this actually exists.
Or stuff that could replace the stolen things that didn't originate from us.
We know that this guy has a plan. We know that he can go up, and that we know that supposedly there's an airship waiting for us.
As you say that, he kind of goes to fuck
I
this.
mean, we can kind of start.
Get
prison
back in
riot.
your cell. There will be a warning if you, because you kind of looked out and you kind of like step back in. As soon as we all leave, gods will be notified. We must know our actions before we do so.
So, can you do me a favor and walk over to the east wall and see if there's a secret passage over there?
If I leave this room, this is the end of our meeting. I cannot just come back in. The warden will not let me back on premises without execution tomorrow. So if we do not do something now, that is the only time. I will see you tomorrow upon execution. If we have a meeting before then, it must be beyond these walls. If not, it'll be, and he kind of points outward, at the stakes, at your funerals, after I've lopped off each one of your heads.
I think we're going through the 5th floor.
Do you have knowledge of this east gate or east wall, though?
I mean,
Big
I
rumors.
was told it was a
If you
there's a secret passage on the east wall.
bring that guard back
We're
in
not
here,
sure if
he
even
may be
actually
able to help
exists.
us.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage because he's pretty desperate. He might be willing to do that. That's pretty risky though to open the door at this point.
20 or 20.
You think he would help?
money you got on you.
Got about 100 gold on my person.
I mean, we've already had a conversation. He can be bought. He has a price. So,
But is he truthful?
you know, for a price, he is.
You know that to be certain. He's not going to just take and sell us out.
He gave us a personal matter to deliver a toy to his son.
I mean,
He doesn't seem to care much about his job.
no, he told us that if we paid him money, he would let us out. He would take us to the secret passage, and he would get the fuck out with us.
So money, take the toy or something,
Yeah,
him leave with us,
that's what he
and
said.
he can show us this passage.
That's what he
And
said.
he's the god that you're telling me is outside this door.
The one whittling a dog. Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, but you guys are also forgetting another thing. There's sandworms, and that way will lead us. That's a ground escape
With
route,
an airship, you know.
and the other one has a fucking airship.
Well, and he
I
kind of
don't
leans
understand.
in. I think an airship.
What does that mean?
It's possibly does not arrive.
You know what else this could be?
Let's just
this
say-
could be our prison that we own after this.
If
If there's no airship, we're taking over the prison.
Let's just say that
You guys
this
already know how many guards are here.
airship, I think, will make it.
Is it like a shitty airship? Is it a lemon? Like what?
Um,
Buy it used? It's got like 200,000 miles on it. I don't understand. What
I mean, the individual that I asked, the old ex of mine, whether or not she'll help, that's a whole nother story. Neither do I.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering about this exit, because if we make it 5 stories up and my plan falls to shit, we're
Why don't
5
we do
stories
the
up.
most simplistic plan and just break out through the front door? Because both of those options.
the most heavily guarded. If we break out through the front door, we're still gonna fight sandworms.
Yeah, but if there's no airship, we're gonna fight sandworms anyway.
So it looks like we're fighting sandworms. 2.5 out of our 3 options involve fighting sandworms.
On top of an obscene amount of guards.
I mean, yeah. But the secret passage theoretically would involve the least amount of guards. With the front door being the most amount.
That's if there is a secret passage, and that whole boy wasn't a trap to just take 200 gold and kill us all.
I mean,
That's what I'm getting at. How
I mean-
can you trust any of his gods? Do you know the god's name?
no. But he cares about his son. And
Well, I mean,
that's
or
so
family name is
buying
Barracks.
again,
And he
Well,
just like
and he's-
whittling
And he's got 100 wooden
and trying to
figures
scam
in
you out
his
of
room.
money.
The only thing we got from name
Yeah,
is Barracks, which is his family name.
I'm a skeleton.
His family name is Barracks. Not ring any bells? Barracks? House Barracks? Barracks house?
Kind of leans back.
I don't know, the guard didn't strike me as a noble.
I think I maybe heard a name during some of the old training courses, but not quite certain if it's the same.
I mean, he did describe where his family lived, so it's possible that
Where does he live?
it is. Get down.
North of Alpazine and something.
It is near a storm site north of Alberzine,
Inventus.
in Ventus. Yes.
That's a storm region. All people live there.
Yeah. Like I said, he cares a lot about. He cares way more about money and his family.
Well, 200 gold will get him the hell out of there. That makes a lot of sense.
That's what he said.
I believe his motives a lot more. So should we do this? We open that door. I will tell you the warden is nearby. We have to be quick. We run and we dilly-daddle and the warden catches us. Not even I can get us out of here. So if we bring him in, we must be certain. You've already asked him once before, or you've talked about this and turned him down. We mess around with him one too many times. What's to say he won't just turn us in?
My suggestion would be open the door. Tell him 200 gold, and he's got a deal.
I'll bring him in here.
You got the 100 gold.
I got 96.
You have another 4.
I will
Yes.
put 100 into that, so just 2 of
Holy
us.
shit.
Okay. Turns.
So I can keep my gold.
I'm poor.
You have like 150.
Yeah.
120.
He goes and he opens, and you see that, and it kind of rates across the bottom. Excuse me, sir. I'm going to ask of your assistance. A couple of the guards have questions that we need to ask you. Second goes by, and then you see the same guard walk back in, and the door closes. Oh, so you guys have come to reason.
200 gold.
200 gold, and you see him, and he pulls out his toy, and he flicks it in the air, and then catches it. Now you see it has been finished. Quite refined. And you take this to Inventus. My family name is Barrack. Find my son. Give him this.
I'll even make it a little more
Would you
special
want us
for
to
you.
take half the gold with us to invent to your family, and you keep half
I want
the
you to
gold?
take all of it.
Oh, okay.
So not pay you now, pay your family.
No, I want it all to go straight to my boy.
Okay.
And you see him, and he takes the dog, and then he kind of rips the bottom part, and you see like a hidden compartment, and he swings it open. Put the gold in here. Seems to be.
I was about to say.
I put 100.
And as you do so,
put the gold in.
you start dropping the, and it just keeps going.
That's dope as hell.
It just keeps
Your
going.
hand
This is motherfucking piggyback.
Now, yeah, exactly. As you see, he takes the 200 gold. Make sure you guys mark it. He then takes it. Now, who's taking this?
I will take the dog,
All right.
and as
Now you guys are still in your cells, just so everybody knows.
he does it, I will then cast a bit of a spell and I will cast Druidcraft on it, on the wood, and I will have whatever leaves belong to this wood,
Kind of grow.
and so it'll be covered
Yep,
in
and
little
like
itty-bitty
little fur
leaves.
like over it. Yeah,
like
so
it
you
was
see it
all-
just kind of grow and sprout just enough to kind of give like that 3D extra element
fucking
to it.
that dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mini Chi, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now you see this dog kind of with this like almost like Feywild-esque to it now, and he looks at it.
and he goes,
Yeah, and he's like,
doesn't do that.
he'll love it.
Yeah.
Give it to Micah. That's my boy's name. Now,
And you're coming with us?
oh, I am. My name's Jonah. Nice to meet you. Now,
We are the Moonlight Marauders.
oh, I know who you are.
Random cleric.
Random cleric.
Yep.
Well, hopefully, random cleric, your band of whatever party you consider, even though I know you consider yourself detached, hopefully you can help them on their way. Because I'm telling you, if we are going to break out of here in a moment, you're going to need all of these items. As he now starts looking through them, and then you guys kind of go over and grab your items, being like, "No, don't touch my shit." You know, you grab your stuff, you take a
So
couple.
we gotta go then.
That's what I was getting ready to
Cell doors
say.
open,
You
like, we
guys
got-
start going
He-
out.
So the way he made it sound is the cell doors can be open and not set off the alarm, but as soon as we step out, that's when they go.
That's what I was getting ready to say. And now, as you guys start gathering your stuff, you see Jonah. He looks. We have about 2 minutes. Prepare yourselves. We must run.
Where is the secret passage?
We must go down the main corridor, and as long as we can make it out that door and to the right, we make it about 200 feet. There's a wall there.
Yep.
I know the glyph. I can touch it. It'll open directly to the desert where there's no fencing. We can run into the desert for about maybe 8-9 miles. Then we'll be good. From there, though, I leave you as soon as we exit the walls. I will not travel through the desert with you. I have my own passage that I'm going to take, so that way I am not caught and sought after by my own guardsmen.
Can we expect sandworms?
If you do not tread carefully.
We can walk without them.
I will tell you that walking in general would be a bad idea. Murmurs across the sands will most likely track your vibrations, and in time, across a 9 to 10 mile, you will be sought after and found. If not by a baby, but by a larger creature. So, let's gather ourselves, and let us do this.
I cast mage armor.
You cast mage armor. Is there anything else anybody wants to do as you guys are preparing yourself for this? Anything else? All right, well, here. We're just going to go to a quick break right now. So let's grab a drink, go to the bathroom and whatnot, and then when we come back, we'll get into that. So talk about whatever you guys want to prepare and whatnot, and then we'll get back into that. So we'll just have a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right. So we're back. We are back in it. You guys now have been let out. You gathered yourself. Is there anything you guys want to do? You guys see the door to your right and to your left. You guys are now out. What do you guys want to do?
We have two. We are on the clock.
You go.
You did unmute Mike.
Yep, you guys are good.
All right. Let's get the fuck
Oh
out.
my god, I didn't uncork my wife. Yeah, you're going 101. I know.
This doesn't count against our
This
2
doesn't
minute.
count. No, you guys are good. Think.
I mean, we just fucking book it. We follow this guy. Where the fuck's this guy leaving us?
I have a million.
He said down the main
It was
corridor
a
to
D4
the
for
right.
ability checks. It was a D4
Wait,
for ability
guidance?
checks.
It's
Why don't we just? How long does bless last?
But there's
Let's
only
just
saving
say-
throws.
plus it's attack rolls.
And it's concentration.
Yeah.
A minute.
So like,
Guidance is concentration as well.
well, yeah, but
So bless is like something you'd want to use in.
Yes, that's its biggest shit.
Doesn't it do ability checks too?
nope, just saving throws.
It doesn't. I know it doesn't attack.
Yeah, attack rolls and saving throws.
It's not ability checks. Okay.
Apologies.
But that's the first spell and guidance.
Yeah. Sure, I'll take it.
Almost beefed it on that book bag.
Okay. we're gonna run, but we're definitely following.
All right, so what door are you guys going out of? Currently, all you guys know is that this is the door that Grendridge just went out and talked to Jonah, excuse me, and then that was it. So all you guys know is that that's the door that you guys and he has been using.
Jonah, lead the way. Which door?
Well, we might as well just go back towards the one that we went in, and he kind of points back towards the one you guys just saw him come out of. We go. Be ready. 2 guards are gonna meet us immediately, and then after that, we'll have 2 very soon after. We need to end combat quickly. Now, you guys go.
As soon as we go, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on
All right,
myself.
now you see
I'm
he
gonna,
goes to the door, and he immediately opens it.
I'm gonna, as we're running up, I'm gonna.
Who's going first?
I'm gonna cast match.
General Grendridge.
Fucking
He goes out first.
ball bearings.
You got ball bearings out?
I got.
Before we go, I'm going to cast.
I want to
Light.
go after
Myself.
General.
All right, so you're next. So you go walking out. Now give me a perception check as you come walking out. How far are you walking out? Are you going like right outside the door, or are you leaving? Because remember, you guys don't have that much room, so to get through, if you want to allow other people to get through to you,
Oh yeah,
you're going to
I'm
need to
going.
move. All right, so you move out. I'll just say you can make it to about here, moving through the door. Perception.
11.
All right, so you turn and you look. You got dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Completely dark. You look around, you see 2 shadowy figures, one moving up immediately in front of you. You can see him, and then you hear something off to your right. You're not quite sure exactly what it is. But you see this guy immediately in front of you starting to make his way towards. You hear another individual that sounds like in this area. We're just going to place him here for now. That's what you hear. You don't know exactly where he's at. Now, the rest of you. You go, what are you doing, Orm? You got ball bearings out. What are you doing with them?
I mean, if I'm gonna book it through that door,
All right, so you go busting through and you go out.
if I mean I've fucking and I will. If I see a guard, I'll toss one. I guess I'll hold my action.
All right, so you get out. Give me a perception check.
But for the most part, I'm waiting for Jonah to fucking go the correct direction. 16 plus 8,
All right, so you make your way out, and then you turn. You look.
24 to perception.
You see this one in the middle, and now you see him. He's actually a lot closer. He's about right here. And as you look and you turn and you see, you pull out the ball bearings. You want to toss them right at him or in front?
I mean, I'm gonna toss it. Yeah, fucking hit this guy.
All right, so you wheel back and you.
14 plus 8.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Oh.
Now, as you see it, you see this huge armored individual, not heavily armored though, rushing towards you with a large spear.
I believe it's a D6. Okay. He takes a minimum of 6 damage.
Okay.
I believe it's gonna be 10 damage.
All right, and now at this point, as you and you
no.
wheel back
11 magical.
11, everybody roll for initiative, and you will just go regardless at the end. One.
I am the very fucking bottom.
Right
All
over
right. Now for this instance, I'm just gonna pull parent.
Roll it in there, man.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
All right. So what'd you get? 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Gildor? 6. Aurum, 18. What'd you get? Fuck this.
You said I'm last.
Well, what is your?
Oh. 60.
Okay, so you're here.
I got 1.
Yeah, so the way that this is gonna go, these guys. So you will just skip this turn. So you've already gone. So you're gonna go. Alright, so at this point, Aurum, what are you doing? So you move up and you go. Oh wait, you just threw your ball bearings. So they're gonna go.
Oh, okay, that was the end of my turn.
Yep, so he's gonna move up, and as soon as he goes, he's gonna go right in between you two.
They're not surprised or anything like that?
No, they kind of heard
Trained for this?
something. Yeah.
Okay.
Get on the ground! And you now see this human individual, very muscular. Drop your weapons and cease what you are doing now. Or the Padre God is going to have to come down upon you. You see him wheeled back a large spear.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Alright.
No.
He's going to drop 1 into you and 1 into you. So the first one onto you, that's going to be a 23. And the one onto Aurum is going to be a 19.
I'm gonna shield.
Alright, so that'll miss, hit you.
Yeah.
Alright, so the damage onto you. 8 points of slashing damage as it kind of swoop, he slings it down and then wields back and goes back and misses. As he does so, the other individual, he moves up all the way to here, and then you see him take some sort of defensive stance, trying to block your way down this passage right here, actually. And he does so, and you see him take some sort of athletic stance and then put out his spear across his chest.
What did you say he looked like?
He's a small dwarvish, very muscular though. So the one in front of you is a human, the other one is a dwarvish looking one. You see he's about 4 or 5, very stocky though. That is the end of their turn. Gildor on you.
Even buff boy?
Yep.
I'm gonna move. Do I have line of sight if I'm back here? behind the door?
You have to get out of the door to be able to see anything that's going on. It's very dark, like almost pitch black. That's 20 right there. Yep, you got 10 more if you wish. Now, if you want to go further, that's going to be half movement.
Oh yeah, because these
Yep.
are difficult for me.
Right.
I could end here. That'd be it.
I'd give you. Remember, these are like, there's no walls. The walls are true, so these are like direct falls. Yeah, yeah. When I described it
Why did a
earlier.
Constitution save from him? I'm using
Okay.
poison spray.
All right. Constitution, cocked. 10. Sit down.
Yeah, that's
All right.
Where's my D12s?
I got one right here if you got it.
7, 13 poison damage,
Okay.
and that's my turn.
All right. On to you, life.
Hey! Out the door.
Okay.
Do I have a clear view of both of those two?
You can, but they will have a little bit of AC unless. Just heightened AC. Yeah, half AC. Because you're shooting through individuals.
What are you shooting?
I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast. I have 2 beams.
Alright. So the first one, which
I'm
one?
gonna do both to the first guy right there.
Alright, so yellow shoulder guard, you rear back and you prepare it. That'll miss.
First.
You rear back and you see it, and his armor just kind of absorbs this magic, and it just seems to wick away.
21.
Yep, that'll hit.
One damage.
All right,
One force damage, got it.
all right. Anything else? Or
I mean, this guy isn't within melee range of me.
yep.
I guess I'm just gonna fucking need people to transform. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking make an attack with my fucking staff.
All right. Now, as you do so, you see the individual with this spear. He goes And as he lunges down, he goes to like lunge into you and almost like push as you go to attack. It seems as if there's something. I need a strength saving throw. A contestation though. Or strength check, excuse me, not a saving throw, strength check. Mine was a
Does your
15.
staff use strength or dex?
I mean, the staff uses monk, so it's dex based. Is what the attack is with.
No, he's
What?
just strength
He's
check.
just huh? 8.
Alright, so you feel this, you notice
Oh,
that.
and plus a D4.
Oh,
Nice. Blessed.
Nice. Fucking, what did I say? Plus 2 to whatever that was. 10 total?
no, so you feel you almost go and you notice that you're kind of knocked back. You see the darkness behind you. Your attacks are going to be at disadvantage as you feel that this individual is overpowering you, and if not over countered soon, he may just be pushing you over the edge soon. So if you do make attacks against them, they're just going to be at disadvantage this turn.
Oh, okay. Can I not make an attack then?
Yeah, you can do whatever. I'm just saying,
yeah.
Yeah, you can move. Yeah, you can move if you wish to.
Alright. I think I know what I'm doing.
Okay. You want to try and swing around or something?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
I have it pulled up. Or hidden.
Do you get attack of opportunities for spells in there?
No.
Okay.
No, that's a feat.
Gotcha.
Mage Slayer, I believe.
Correct. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp.
Okay.
And so I need a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
16 failed.
Fuck yes. So this guy in front of me is gonna teleport,
Okay.
and it's to an unoccupied space, and he's gonna teleport probably like 30 feet way down here.
All right. So you
wherever that pit goes.
You ain't here.
Yeah, just
All right,
wherever
so
that
you
fucking
just-
pit goes, he's gone.
So you just immediately, in a matter of like a minute, this individual, and then into into darkness, and then just nothing. You just after a few moments, you hear something quite deep. You see the dwarvish guard right in front of you. Josh? Josh! Nothing is said. That's the end of your turn.
Run, bitch.
Give me an intimidation check.
I'm bad at that.
Because it's his turn, and
11.
doesn't seem to phase him though. At this point, he's going to move up and he's going to position himself right here. Now, at this point, you notice that you give me a perception check. You're the only one.
11.
All right. Now, at this time, Rendridge is going to come up as well. Go into there. Rendridge is going to come up right before him, and he's going to wield back with his large greatsword with 2 attacks. Oh yeah, first one's going to hit, second one's going to miss, and he's going to right into this dwarf. And you see him try and parry the first one, but the second one just sinks home. And oh yeah, 19 points of damage. So you see this dwarf almost fall back, and then he tries to check back. You see into Grendridge, and Grendridge doesn't fail. You see the dwarf try and push him, and Grendridge just stands strong. You then see Jonah. He moves forward with his spear. He goes right over Grendridge's shoulder, right into this guard. That'll miss. That'll miss. And that's the end of his turn. The dwarf is going into you. 18?
Nope.
21? Okay, so the second one's gonna hit. And then for damage, 7 damage onto you. And then you see him turn. And he's gonna use the rest of his movement. And he's gonna go, whoops, can you put him right there?
Into the pit.
No, he's gonna go
That's
back
2 attacks. That's
to the edge.
That's 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yep. So him and Grendridge. Grendridge rolled a natural 2, so he missed.
Attack of opportunity for me.
Yep, if you wish to.
16 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit. What was your perception check when you rolled? 11. So you hear something, but you don't see anything.
Wait, 6. So 11, and then I'll smite. I can reroll both of those. 2s and 1s.
I believe so, yeah.
10 more damage. 21 damage total.
Oh, he's wrecked. You see this guy just get massacred. Still alive though, but very bloody. Oh! He takes this, and then you see him turn, and he motions for something as it looks as if he's trying to flee. You guys hear something in the background. Everybody can give me a perception check at this point, although it's a disadvantage. Everybody give me a disadvantage perception check. Wow, that nat 20 though, bro.
Garbage.
24.
I won.
Wow.
I went 1 in 20.
So you're the only one, but as you see this, Orem,
I'm at 13.
you see another individual making its way here. And as you do so, you hear more footsteps behind. There's not only one individual, but that's the only one you see. So, at that point, fuck this, on to you.
I want to run up and kill this guy.
Alright, so you're just, you got him. Just moving on up.
14 to hit.
That'll miss.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
14 damage.
Okay. You see him fall, as that is exactly how much HP he had left.
Perfect.
And you see him, his body slumps down. You see him try and hold up his spear, but once it falls, and you see it just topple off to the side and fall down into the hole. He's no longer standing. Is there anything else you wish to do?
So, were you taking my 11 perception for that?
Yes.
Okay. Did I hear anybody like?
You heard, but that's it. You didn't see anything. If you wish to do another one where you're at right now, you can at the end of your turn. See if you ascertain anything else that maybe you didn't notice
If I do
before.
I'll say I still have 20 feet of movement. I
Yeah.
only went 10 there to attack him.
Yep.
So if I do the perception check, can I still move?
Yeah, you can perception check now if you wish to figure out where, spatial awareness right
Action
now.
or something?
Yeah, disadvantage right here, though.
Okay, well, it's not gonna get any worse than that. Dang. I rolled a 20 on the last one. 4.
You look around, nothing. You just hear.
So I didn't hear. I heard though.
You hear that there's something definitely coming to your right. You hear lots of heavy traffic that way, but that's about it. You don't see anything.
I'm just gonna go toward what I heard, and I'll just stay like.
Okay. Alright,
What?
on to you, Gildor.
I turned into large creatures, and we're kind of in a clusterfuck.
Do you want room to change?
I mean, I like the option.
I'm going to.
But
cast,
I still
I'm
have
going to
5
cast-
feet. I can move up one more.
No, it's fine.
It's bad.
I was essentially gonna territory lock down that central fucking pillar. Is what I'm
Yeah,
calling
I'm gonna cast
while everyone's
my
flanked
face
the other
step,
way. But
spring,
I'm not that worried about it.
and I'm gonna teleport Bryant
know what's up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna teleport Orm
It's dark.
to here.
See up there.
Okay.
And do I see this guy line of sight?
Technically you didn't. Orm's the only one that saw him.
So this would be 10, 20 there. Now do I see him?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
15.
That hits, barely.
7. 15. Necrotic damage. And he cannot heal himself. He cannot get healed until the end of my beginning of my next turn.
Anything else?
No, that was it.
Wait, you're not using this?
Can I see him from line of sight?
You did not. You failed your perception. You just know that, at this point, since the turn order, yeah, you would be able to see him with spells being cast on him at this point. Yeah. You'd be able to know he's there. Yep.
Gosh. I'll just pronounce it again.
I need a large creature.
Okay.
So large creatures
Oh,
have
the-
advantage on conference checks versus like pushes. Right?
Mm-hmm. If it's a
16
small
will hit.
creature, yeah.
22.
You know at least a 15 hits currently. That's probably gonna miss.
It's a giant code time.
Yep, that one is.
Alright, so the first one hits.
From the edge of the tongue.
You want to move at all?
No, it's gonna be giant.
4 damage.
Okay. You notice he starts bleeding quite a bit as it. All right. Now, Orm, your go.
Okay, cool. I believe I'm gonna turn into a giant, specifically a fucking Sangzor. So Sangzor's, a big fucking metal goat. And I'm gonna use, that's my bonus action. Yeah. And then I'm gonna use my action to fucking make a melee attack.
He's a robot, so he like.
Slow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
pitch.
It's like a messed up sound card on an old Windows Vista, like booting up.
Pretty cool. Okay. I believe that's gonna be a 17, 16?
You're a medium creature, right? You.
No, I'm a large.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's large.
Okay,
Put him in
cool.
the-
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good. I was just making sure. You're good. You're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
here,
a
swap
large.
him out, Wade. Swap him so we know.
Yeah, and so 16 to hit?
Yep, you're good. You know, at least 15 hits.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's right. 3, 7 plus 3, so 10 bludgeoning damage.
You see him start coughing up more blood, and now as you appear closer, you see two more individuals. And these individuals are wielding flails. They're standing right behind him, twinned with lightning blue flails at their side, and now you see him humming like. Here he starts whirling one around. As you move up, is there anything else?
No, I use my bonus action.
You see one yell something in a different language. You don't.
Speak primordial?
You speak elf?
I speak elf.
Well,
Do I?
those that speak elf.
I do speak Elven.
Hey, you hear, get down! And you can actually roll, since you know the language, a reaction dexterity saving throw to see if you can dodge this.
Fucking, with advantage? Or
No,
just,
no, you just hear it.
Fucking crash.
Trash. So you see the individual duck down, and then you, this huge flail, emit this electric charge, and it just zoom, sinks into you, and you become stunned. You get hit immediately by it. It binds you, and you notice that your goat-like form stops, and then in almost a moment, give me a Constitution saving throw. You feel as if it's trying to pull you over down to the ground.
That is an 18. 19?
Oh yeah, you're good. So you feel it, but you break almost free, but it still locks you down. You then see this individual as well as this one, as the other one just turns and launches a spear at you. And it's gonna hit. No, that's gonna miss. You see it just go whoom, and spike right into the back wall. You then see him kind of retract it and wheel back into his hand. The other two, though, are gonna wallop into you. Okay, so 21. That's a nat 20 for the second one. So the first one hits you twice. What's your AC? 21 and a nat 20.
Both of those.
All right, the second one is a natural 4, and then yeah, the second guy misses entirely.
So the first one is just the normal guy? The one I already hit?
Yeah, the dwarf that's in front of you, he's the
The
one
one
who
I
nat 20'd you, yes. He's the only one that's got damage. Double 22, or excuse me, 32 total as he takes
32 bludgeoning and
piercing.
piercing? Cool. I resisted that.
So halved. As you see his spear just, he takes it right in, point end, and lunges right into your form. That is the end of their turn as you see this
Hell
one
yes.
hold part of something as he just throws one spear and then you see him hold back something in his flail. Fuck this, on to you.
Well, I think I can only see one guy, maybe that guy behind him.
You don't have that. You don't have that push.
Metallic, I think you should have that.
I'd have to look him up. I have enervating and repulsion.
It's repulsion drive. Those are what I'm thinking.
Alright, so what are you doing?
So I can see the front guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run up, go into him. See. So one will hit. For 16 damage.
Okay. As you see him, this individual falls. As you see the dwarf before it, and he falls and slumps down and he falls off to the side. Anything else?
Can I move?
Yeah, you only move 10 feet. So you got to go here is an acrobatics check. If you want to like jump here, because you're going across his body, because technically he's taking up this spot. So you're gonna have to like.
So there's no way past him right now.
Only if you're friendly.
I mean,
it's
you can
difficult
go
terrain.
through him. It's still an acrobatics check.
Oh yeah.
Tight corridors. There's edges. There's enemies. To just be able to go under a large goat that's restrained and yeah. And it's dark out. Oh,
Dark out.
yeah, dark out.
In.
Geez. Yeah, dark in. So what are you doing, baby?
I guess I'll just like jump. I'm gonna take a step back,
Yeah.
so I have a wall on my left side here,
Yep. Yeah, half cover
and
for
just
sure.
kind of stance.
Okay.
Not that that'll do anything.
Yep. All right, Gildor.
I'm going to step here,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast
Uh-oh.
Rhymed Binding Ice and a cone.
Ooh.
So it's a strength save from both of them.
What is it gonna be?
16.
I have a screenshot.
Strength.
Mhm.
This guy saves it, but not the back.
Okay, he takes 3.
Yeah. That's why I was like,
It's a cone too, so I can.
he's that means that he's about like
10 cold damage, and the one that failed is trapped in ice and has to attack it to take it out.
Okay.
Magic save.
This one you see takes quite a bit of damage. You notice that as you hit him with that, the ice kind of seals over on his flail, and the electric cold binding and whatever's infused in it, as it's swinging and humming, you see as your ice breezes over it, kind of like solidifies it for a moment and doesn't allow it to hum, and then he kind of looks down at it, tries to break it free, and then freezes over. Seems as if his weapon's not going to work anymore. Onto you, Life.
This right here is not the difficult
Oh, wait,
terrain.
1 second.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I want to move. That was 15, 5. 10.
Now, if you want to go through there, it is.
5e has ads now.
I mean, I feel like they always.
No, maybe.
Isn't that like 10?
Yeah, it's happened.
Big thing. I'm going to cast as an action Eldritch Blast again.
You only have your movement once, right? It's just that one square.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I wasn't paying attention. Just making sure.
So, 1 bolt to him, 1 bolt to him.
Okay.
Nope, 1 misses.
When you hit.
Into which one?
Oh,
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, Eldritch Blast, good one.
First one into him?
Yeah, that missed.
Okay.
That's 1.
Ooh, okay. Well, that'll hit.
6 total
Okay.
for the one that I hit.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Virtual Weapon.
Where are you dropping it?
Right here.
Here?
Between them.
Alright, so what do you drop? A large what?
North side.
Ooh, okay, so you got a huge scythe that's just kind of looming around. That's pretty sick. Alright, anything else?
He gets to attack.
Yeah. I'm going to attack him with it.
Ooh. Dirty dog. Lyrics.
Oh. That's not hit. 11.
Nope. So it, when you see it, he just kind of ducks and dodges out of the way. Alright, Orm, on you.
Okay. Am I now unrestrained? Am
No,
I good now?
I need a strength saving throw. Or strength check.
Okay.
No, strength saving throw, yeah.
Oh, that's good. 20 total?
Oh, yeah. So you feel this, and especially since the weapon seems to have lost whatever imbuement, you kind of go for him. Breaks free.
Cool. And then I'm going to just make a fucking attack.
Alright.
Shit.
Whoa,
get in the
good catch.
fucking thing. 19 total.
Yep,
Hit.
that'll hit.
These bitches. You. 5 plus 3.
Oh, yeah.
Or-
He's
yeah, 5
he's
plus
dead.
3 is 8.
You see him, and as you do so, you just kind of and slam into him and rip through his body. Hey, what's up, bye-bye?
Hello.
You should bring Shadow and just come play. Did you already go to track? Yeah, how was it? Oh, you got your shirt. Buddy? Did you die? Good. Look! They're duking it out. They're battling it out. They're trying to break out of prison right now.
I'm gonna move up 5 feet, and then I'm just gonna use my bonus action to just fucking hoof this guy in the face.
All right, so you just move on up, and as you see him, you just kind of and slam into him.
15 to hit.
Yeah,
That should hit.
that'll hit. Yeah, that'll hit.
Nice.
All right, love you, Bubba. I'll see you in a couple days. Bye.
Fucking 1 plus 3. I think.
4?
1 plus 3. Yeah, 4 bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Five.
You see, he's starting to get pretty injured. Now, at this point, you see Jonah. We need to move quickly, as both him and General Grendage. He's going to move up here. You see Grendage move with him. We're going to secure the exit. We need to make sure that no more guards are coming towards us. He turns. Grendage looks right at Jonah. Where is this hidden exit? Jonah turns. I'll show you, but only I know how to get out of here. Quit being so pushy. That's the end of theirs. Now, this man will act as he rears back and he's going to swing twice with his flail. First one will miss. Second one is going to be a 19.
19 will hit.
All right. 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And then he is going to move away. Right here. You get attack of opportunity if you wish as he moves away. No? So he moves back, and then you see him, he turns. I need some help in here! And that is the end of his turn. And now, fuck this, on to you.
Can I move through the spiritual
Yep.
weapon?
Yeah, you can move through.
The spectral.
It's just kind of like,
So I'm going to get within line of sight of this guy and throw a spear at him. Oh, nat 20. I was going to use one of my plus 1 spears.
yeah, it's fine. All right, so you rear back, you feel the veins and everything course through, and the blood from the battle, and you.
Oh, nice. 13, so 26.
Oh yeah, how do you want to end this, dude? This is gonna go right through him. It's gonna, yeah.
You said he's a dwarf?
Not anymore. This one is an elf. You already killed the dwarf. The dwarf was killed by Orm.
I can't see what's behind him.
No, you just see kind of darkness.
Wait
You
a
know,
minute, that guy's frozen.
no, it wasn't. It was the one that Orm killed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was
I
one
thought
in
I
front
had
of
it
him.
backwards.
No, yeah, the one that failed was right in front of him. Orm attacked him. He moved. He
So
was
the
one that passed
javelin, it's going to hit him just square in the chest.
Got a pin.
Ripping him and just shooting him back as far
So
as...
all you see is just this huge, just gold dragonborn just boom, wield this spear. It rips through and just tears through the air. And then you see this individual take it, it pierces through his armor, and then just billow him into the darkness. You just see his body just cascade, and you see nothing. You hear a body that slam down in his armor. There's no movement. You see Grendridge and then Jonah. We run now! We go! Now, at this moment, I need everybody to make athletic checks as you guys are going to move quickly through this corridor, not pushing each other off of anything, hopefully, and then making your way now. Are you guys going towards the eastern exit, or are you guys wanting to go up, or what's the game plan here?
Decided on the
I'm just making sure. All right. Athletic checks?
13.
All right.
I mean 12.
Hey.
Fuck.
24.
Ooh, 21.
All right, so you guys all run. Life, you're just a little bit behind as you guys all start tearing through. You guys notice that the guy is definitely dead. You guys billow around a corner. You now see
Was
to
there
your-
a wall through this?
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, you guys hit here,
Wall?
now you hit like a T.
Yeah.
You hit to the right, to the left. You turn, you see running down to your left, about 10-ish guards from what you can tell. It's somewhat dark, a little bit illuminated though. And then to your right, you see nothing but like a dead-end hallway. It seems like it maybe goes like 50 feet, and then just a wall.
Okay. And so,
And Grendridge, this way, he says. And you notice that Jonah, yes, that way.
so there's currently an elf stuck to this wall.
Yes, stuck. What you can tell, pinned in. Yeah, you guys running by. You running towards the east exit.
I'm gonna go wherever Jonah goes.
All right, so you see Jonah, Grendridge. They both tear off. You see Grendridge. You better be fucking right. You guys run down, tearing. You see all these guards making your way, starting to make. They're about 20, maybe 30 feet away. You
Behind
see
us,
them
I want to cast darkness. Like behind us is a 60-foot.
of just pure darkness. So you do this and you see this darkness just billow out. The footsteps kind of, they slow for a moment. What the hell is this? Cast something! You have just a brief moment. That gives you just enough time. You see Jonah walk up. He sinks his hand into the wall. And you see almost in the stone something just sink in his palm, emit. This glyph opens and the door splits. The stone way just starts moving away. The stone and all the little bricks start just receding back into the wall. We must go now. You feel the heat and the dust in the desert just boom, wham, and hit you in the face. You all run out, and as you do so, he leaves his hand, and as he does so, the bricks and all the mortar and the stone start immediately coming back. You, though, being very last, just make your way through, and you grab all of your armor as it goes in, and then the bricks go through as you see a hand and a glove get almost locked into the bricks, and then he pulls it out as a guard. Looks as if he was reaching into the darkness. Nothing is seen. You guys are now on the outside of the wall of Podre Prison. You guys start doing what? Beelining?
Yeah, Jonah said he was gonna book it.
Exactly. Do you see Jonah as he turns? All right. That was my end of the bargain. Make sure that Micah gets that toy. And you see him and he immediately puts his spear and shield on his back and he bolts in the right direction. So you guys are immediately outside this wall. You have no idea other than this is the east wall. That's what you were told. So you know that
he did say there was a bridge. Didn't he? He said there was something to get out of the woods.
We're already out of the wall.
Yeah, we're out.
Yeah, you're out. You're out. You're out.
You're out. We can just.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys are in the desert right now,
okay.
right outside of the walls, and all you see is that there's fencing to your right, to your left. You can see that part of this was probably the yard, but you're unsure. You've never been on this aspect of the wall. You guys now, terrorize, running straight on. So you guys head east.
I was gonna say, can we head north?
Yeah, if you wish to. So you guys head north. You see to your left, there's a little bit of fencing. You see guards now as you guys are kind of running more along the line of the prison, more parallel, not like directly beelining out. You see guards taking aim. Now, as you guys run, you see a couple throwing spears and some bows being shot. Ooh. Okay, so 2 on you, 1 hit of 18. Does that hit?
I have shield.
Okay, so boom, you see an arrow. Just boom. 1 hit on you of 22. So you just boom, you take that. You take 9 points of piercing damage as you see an arrow just right into your shoulder. You had 1 hit of 19.
Yep.
That hits? Okay. 8 points of piercing damage as you see an arrow as well sink right into your part of your metal proportion and just wedge itself right into your like almost shoulder bending joint. You had none hit. And then as you guys run out, you now see Grendridge with 2 in the back of him. He takes those and he's gonna take 19 points of damage. You hear, let's keep running! You guys then make your way. You guys run for about a mile. I need Constitution saves as you are running through this desert and you are feeling partially exhausted. You actually don't need to make any because you're a skeleton. And you don't either.
I'm a giant goat.
Yeah, you're...
I'm pretty sure they also wouldn't be affected by heat because they both have fire resistance.
it's more or less the running.
Yeah.
It's not it's the exertion. Actually, give me athletics checks. Because that way you guys would... depending on how you would fatigue throughout this. No, you're good.
Constitution is 17.
So you will definitely
Wow, that
feel the heat kind of break in and you start feeling exhausted. You're not exhausted, but if you feel another one in the desert, you're going to take a point.
I think it's 20.
Oh yeah, you're good. So you start feeling winded, but you gather yourself. So now you guys have made yourselves outside of the walls, and you guys have been running into the desert.
So
You're good?
I was gonna say, has it been 10 minutes? But then you said we just ran
Yes,
a mile.
you guys have made it about
How long did
12-ish,
it take us to
15
get out of there?
total.
It was like 2.
I'd say about 25, 30 minutes from beginning to end to where you are right now. It's been about 25 to 30 minutes. So you guys talked, had the 2 minutes before the guards started coming. You busted out, had about 4 rounds of combat, broke through, saw the guards coming, pierced through the east wall, ran, and now in about, I'd say about 15 minutes of decent athletic checks, have made your way about a mile in about 15 minutes of the desert. You are starting to feel the heat though. And as you look up, it's about midday. So the heat's going to start bearing down on you guys quite soon. Yeah, it was quite early. You guys left really early from what you
Would
knew.
pass without trace stop the tremors from the sandworms?
That's a fair.
Now, actually, you guys have already traveled for a mile, so I need someone, I don't care who, to roll me a d20.
No.
Okay,
I'm trying to save
hang on. You're not saving. I need to... I'm looking at a chart.
Just whatever you roll.
Okay, now roll me a d6.
A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you,
1.
masking you and your companions for detection.
So, as you guys travel this 1 mile, running, getting out as far as you can, everybody give me a perception check. And at disadvantage, because you guys have just been running.
Oh yeah, we're running at a fast speed.
23.
Shit. Oh,
Disadvantage?
Mm-hmm. Wow, 19, 15.
Anybody above 20? No. Okay, so you, as everybody's kind of tearing through the desert, you see them sweating, getting tired a little bit. You're able to keep your wits. And you see just off behind you, sand, possibly moving. You look and then you see it stop and sink. The sand no longer moves.
I'm gonna use, I'm gonna say as Guild War, try pass without a trace, and I'm gonna use Mold Earth as much as I can, like 30, how far away? 30 feet away
Okay.
to our right.
Okay, so you just...
I'm just like digging up and dumping sand
Alright, so you...
like a thump.
Boom, yeah, you're just creating like almost like a mini tremor. Just boom, boom. And as you do so, give me a deception check. Give me an add your
Can you explain what you're doing?
Would it be like an Arcana check?
yeah, I was about to say, give me an Arcana
Is that-
check.
because
Well,
it's
add
like
your
it's-
intelligence to this as well, because this is more than just like
yeah.
19 plus a bunch.
19.
While he's doing that, I
Awesome.
want to do thaumaturgy of harmless tremors 30 feet away in the opposite direction.
So you see Gildor, he's to your right, pulsating. and then off to your left. Now, how often can you mold earth?
It's a cancer of 36 seconds.
So you're just like pulsating this as you're running through the desert, keeping this up. Give me a constitution check, because as you're doing this, you're like exerting yourself, running over amount of time. Now, as you guys are running, at what point do you guys decide to stop? You guys are about a mile in. You're as well on the left side, casting, trying to create tremors. Gildor, you have told the party at this point that something you see within the sand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That and I asked for pass without a trace.
Okay, so you...
I'm still good.
Then everybody give me a stealth check,
And I'm
plus
like,
10, with
continue
pass
being
without a
good.
trace.
Well, we can't.
I don't have pass without a trace.
Easy go.
Easy go. Okay, so
And I'm not gonna drop
What's
it
in front of
because I don't have pass without a trace prepared.
nothing. You just see
yeah.
desert. You give me a perception check, actually.
I'm going to remain a goat.
You just see like the almost like heat diffusion of like heat off of the sand, just kind of like bellowing, kind of diffusing your view. Diffusion, whatever the word. Basically, it's like a mirage almost emitting up above the heat. You know, you're in 120 some degrees. The heat that's taking off. You guys look down and almost like your boots and the leather from some of the straps are almost starting to like mold together from running here. What do you guys do?
Joke's on you, I don't wear shoes.
All right, so
Hot bone.
stealth checks. What were they?
And
10.
I have disadvantage, but then I would have.
9. And maybe?
Five.
Maybe?
Did you roll a disadvantage?
Doesn't matter. That's 3. You can't get any worse than that.
Not one.
That one.
I guess you could. Get much worse.
Ready to buy some worms?
So, as you guys look around, running, trying to do your best to hide yourselves, cause illusions, you finally see something get in front of you. It starts outpacing you. As you run, it builds up right next to you. You see it sliver right underneath the sand. It starts coming up and around, and then you see a large arm rip up at a part of the sand. It stops. It impedes part of your movement, and then you start moving. You see the arm kind of drag itself around. You then turn in another direction, start running off, and you see another arm. And now you see these two large arms with huge, like, grasping tentacle pincers on the end, and they start coming down towards you. I need everybody to give
At
me...
that moment, can I use Misty Step?
Yeah. Everybody else, though, I need a dexterity saving throw.
12.
All right, so you see these arms, and it... 7?
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
6.
Oh, Jesus.
I Misty
Is
Step.
it directly in front of us?
One is, and then the other one, as you ran away, you ran right into another one. So yes, one is right in front of you.
Could I intentionally just fucking ram this thing?
If you wish to, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
do
kind
that.
of go down, get ready. If you see the second one, and you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a ram directly into whatever this thing is.
Yep. Uno momento.
Hello there, Bob. Fucking Bob. Hey, Jake.
Oh, the Titus over there?
Yes. How's the wife? That fucking thing.
She's better.
Oh, yeah?
She's back to work.
Okay. Is it, what's the, we've seen these.
Yeah, we fought this. Something like
Yep. Sandworms.
Is it typically like a fast recovery time?
that. Typically.
Okay.
Yes. This
Okay.
time though, like her body reacted to the epi.
All right. So
I know Effie's fuck you up. So.
yeah,
Well, her
you guys
wasn't.
At
her
this
heart rate
point-
wasn't-
only see
Um,
two as you guys run in. and then have turned and ran this way. You, as a goat, decided to slam right into this, as everybody else
I
has
used
kind
my
of
Misty
dispersed
Step.
their way. All right, where'd you miss these step?
Over
here.
Hurt.
You wanna? Yep. No, you guys have just been running.
Was it 25 to hit?
Yes, 25 will hit. So as you rear down, you take your head and you boom, slam right into it. As you do so, you see the arm and the tentacle. It doesn't seem to move or be impeded, but it definitely hits.
9 plus 3, so it takes 12. Yeah.
12?
12 bludgeoning damage.
All right, so as you see this tentacle, it kind of rears back, and as it does so, you find its moment before it does so, and you poof. Now, who failed all of their dexterities? That was
Me,
less than
100%.
15.
That being said, I will mention that I don't think it'll fucking matter, but because I was moving forward towards it, I was charging it.
Yep.
If the target is a creature, it must make a DC 13 strength save or be knocked prone.
It can't be knocked prone.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah, so who rolled less than a 15 on their dex saves? So you,
That'd be me.
you,
I failed.
and you. You're Misty Step, so you. So the rest of you, as you see this, it kind of rears back after being hit, and then it comes down and it goes with an arcing slash, and boom, and it slams into all of you. And as it does so, you all three are displaced. You are moved and thrown over and away. And each one of you are going to take, as you are displaced and moved.
I have a question.
Yep, you're going to take 18 points of force damage, or bludgeoning damage, excuse me. Yep.
I will say that, so my Sangzor has a thing that's sure-footed.
Okay.
Where it has advantage on strength and save throws made against effects that would knock it prone. Does that include being like pushed or anything like that?
And not being knocked prone.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would say if you're being knocked prone at a lot,
Okay. So
push
you
him
said-
out of there,
You
Jake.
said
There
18?
you go. Go.
Then I am no longer.
Titus, go. Titus. Titus, go.
I just go.
Alright, so, anything else?
I want to cast Cure Wounds on the general.
Alright, so, hey, we're just gonna go right into turn orders, so you can do that in one moment. I'm gonna go first.
Initiative?
Yeah, I'm rolling for initiative, but I'm gonna act because I got a surprise round.
21.
21. 2. And I'm gonna roll for mine just to add it. Ooh, that's great. What'd you get? Orm?
19?
Okay.
16.
Alright. So, on its surprise action, you just see this tentacle, this other one move in a different line. And as it does so, you see it slam back, and then boom, it goes on top of all of you again. I need dexterity saving throws again for Grendridge, the other guard, Life, and you. Not you, Orm, you're out of range.
No!
Oh, nat 20 to holy God. Alright, so you see this and it just kind of slams down and then it drops this huge slam. And as it does so, you're gonna take
Wait, so if I somebody brought this to anybody?
So he gets disadvantage when they attack, so he might not crit.
18 points of bludgeoning damage as this arm just rears back and then
I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs.
okay, as your reaction. So you just you see this coming up and then what does Silvery Barbs do?
So you said you nat 20 it, you crit with it, it cancels the crit, so you gotta roll it. You roll it with disadvantage. Re-roll the attack to see if it still hits. So unless you get another nat 20, it would cancel the double thing.
No, so 19 total? Total? Yeah.
Yeah, that hits it.
Alright, so those of you that, and then you also who failed their dexterity saving throws? All of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you roll less than 15, you will then take, I'll reroll the damage,
They give some.
12. So you'll take 12 bludgeoning as this
think you can give something
slams
advantage.
down on you. Now, Gildor,
Oh, that is true.
top of your turn, as you feel quaking beneath you.
Like, here?
Give me a perception
I'll
check.
give you advantage.
Yeah. Or gives me like an advantage on my next attack.
I'm
right?
unconscious.
13.
You're unconscious? Okay. 13?
Yeah.
You can feel something kind of tremoring from behind you.
Okay, then I'm going to use my face step and go here. And then I'm going to cast my summon on dead
Uh-oh.
and put it here.
Okay. Alright, now at this point, you see Grendridge. God damn it! And you see him looking around and he's starting to look up in the sky. Where the fuck is my airship? God, she didn't come! You see Jonah.
I didn't take that spell. I should have taken it.
Alright. We're gonna have to maybe run from this one. I don't know if we're gonna be able to fight this. There's only 2 tentacles out right now, but I'm telling you, these beasts are large. Orum. Jonah said the last.
You didn't fuck
My skeleton.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no, Jonah. You're
My
right,
zombie
you did.
gets to attack.
Oh, excuse that last. He wouldn't have
So
told you
to
that.
20 hit.
To this one?
Yeah.
On your yes, it would. On the
Okay, it
scale.
takes 10 damage. It has to make a DC Constitution saving throw.
Or
DC
what?
16.
It can't be dark prone.
It's not.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
that's
15 or 16.
Yeah. That passes.
Okay.
Meat beats, right, for save?
Yep, meat beats.
Yeah,
meat beats always passes. All right, anything else?
It just takes 6.
6.
6 product. I think it's poison damage.
All right, I'll look here in a second.
It's my turn's next. Mike.
Yep.
They all do different types of damage. First time we used the zombie.
All right, anything else? Or one to you.
Alright.
Give me a perception check as you feel tremors beneath you.
19 total?
You definitely feel something behind you
Oh, it
coming
needs another
soon.
save. Alright.
9 of what was it?
It's poison.
Strength? Was it con?
Con.
15 then.
It's poison.
Okay.
Uses disadvantage on everything.
All right, got it. Orm.
I'm gonna use my bonus action healing word, 1
Okay.
so you get 8 points of health back.
Nice.
I'm not a dog or a goat, I'm a man.
All right, so you're a man now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, after that last attack, I turned into a man.
Which one? Here.
The right one,
Okay.
because I'm gonna fucking hit it with my staff, and I should get +2 because I'm flanking with the goddamn skeleton.
You are.
Or a zombie.
Yep.
Excuse me. That's a... No, that's a fucking no.
What is it total?
1 + 6 + 2.
So 9. Barely. As you see this large
Hit?
billowing
Yeah.
body.
Oh.
No, it doesn't hit. I said it barely misses. Barely, like you see it billowing and you swing and it, boom, you almost catch it, but it barely swings.
I have
and
silvery
lifts.
barbs, which gives me advantage on the attack. Right?
Yeah.
Ah! That'll... Ah!
Almost. Anything else?
I
Fuck
just
this.
gotta roll damage. Well, of course, it's minimum damage. 4
Of course.
bludgeoning damage.
Of course. Okay. All right. Fuck this onto you.
I'm gonna lay on hands. 25 onto myself as my action.
All right.
As my bonus action, I'm gonna use my channel divinity, turn the tide. And
I think that's anybody.
anybody within 30 feet of me who has like half health or less
Okay.
will get 8 points of health.
Okay. So Grandridge is gonna take. He gets how much? 8.
8.
All right. So he's a little bit above half. He's got about 33 HP right now. Okay. Anything else? Where you moving?
Away.
How far? Give me a perception check. Because your intelligence is a little lower, so yours is going to be at the end of your
I'm rolling
turn.
in here. Which works. 5.
How far do you want to move? You just see a gigantic tentacle out of the ground.
Yeah, away, like, probably like near him as possible. Near.
It's
Him
15.
as possible.
It's 15 right there. You want to stay? You good? All right, so you make your way over there. At that point, you feel as everybody feels movement beneath the ground. And then after a moment, you see another arm rip up and out of the ground. And as you do so, you see it. Where are we gonna put it? We'll put it right here. So it's going behind. So as you see this, it rips up, and then you see it, and it goes to slam down, both again at you and you. I need dexterity saving throws. Or actually, give me acrobatics checks here.
12. I saved all the shit.
Oh, I rolled like shit. So a 12 to hit. So as you see it, it comes down, and it kind of has a little bit of sand, and it slowly arcs down, and both of you able to just sidestep out of the way as it boom, and it slams down and then comes back up. That is the end of its turn. Life onto you, as I need a perception check as you feel a stronger tremor beneath the ground.
14.
Okay, you can see that these arms are not only like slamming and doing like these sweeping attacks, but you can see that there's still more sifting beneath the sand. And the arms seem to just be moving freely. You're not able to really grasp like a central point, but you can tell that somewhere here these arms have some sort of central mass that they must be attached to.
How is it? How pointed is that?
He's a little bit above a half HP. He's got like 33 HP.
You're at 8. Where
No,
you're at
I have
16.
41.
Oh.
I did some healing shit.
After bonus action, I'm gonna take Form of Dread. Bonus health. As my action, I'm going to Eldritch Blast that one and that one.
Okay. So the first one, the back one, second one to the other one. That's gonna miss.
Maybe. 14.
Yeah. Actually, that will hit in the back one. Yeah, you're right. No, you're gonna put 6.
That
So
one
you
hit.
see it.
That's too close. Oh, that one.
Yeah, one misses. All right. So the first one hits. The second one, you just see the blast just go off into the distance.
10.
Okay.
10 more damage. More than that hit.
All right. You hit it. It seems to do some damage, but not a lot. Grendridge, his turn, he turns. Are we fighting this? And then he turns, sees everybody just unload into different arms. All right, he takes his sword, and he's gonna go towards the one that is nearest to him as well. He makes his way up here, and he's gonna swing twice with his sword. Nat 20 and a 19 on one, so that's gonna be big boy damage. Ooh. 42, 47 points. He rears back and whoosh, whoosh, and as he slices into this, you see the arm still standing, though it starts kind of bowing back and forth under the amount of damage it starts to take. Now, as he turns back, under his perception, no, there's something bigger coming. Think we should run. I don't think we should fight this. We're on its turf, and we're already wounded. This is not our fight. And you see him, and he grabs onto his sword, and that's the end of his turn. Gildor, onto you.
I'm gonna say I don't think we can get away from this.
Okay.
It's turn. I'm going to use inflict wounds on this one. That's nat 20.
Oh, shit.
11, 16, 32 necrotic damage.
This is going to spawn a reaction. I need
And I'm going to use my face step immediately after doing that. So it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and that'd be a wisdom save from it.
Okay.
If it can't be frightened.
I can't. And at this point, as you boom, you feel the sand shift. I need a dexterity saving. You feel something beneath your feet.
Garbage.
So as you feel this, you feel the impact something retches out about the monster. You see this arm move and rip towards you. You see this arm rip up. You see him and him life. I need a athletics check.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Oh, I get one too.
Grandridge
I'm dead.
failed his. He's gonna fall prone as this arm moves in, moving the sand around him, knocking him prone.
Constitution save, right?
I'm at 20 for
18.
It passed, dude.
Okay. So what was your athletics?
20.
Okay, so you
Takes
feel
12
the
damage.
movement and you're able to just stand. As you do so, the ground, this one still moves closer. This one is ripped around.
This one takes 12 damage.
12 damage?
Yeah, it also
Okay.
takes another 4 from me.
Okay, so 16.
Could get paralyzed. Oh,
Okay, at this point, you,
Something's
beneath you, failing,
Nice.
you feel this large mouth come up and from the sand around you, grab hold of you. It grasps you, and as it does so, you feel yourself and become swallowed. It rips up out, and it grabs on, and it wraps its teeth around you. You feel all of the slime and this liquid viscous start just seeping into your bones. And now I need a constitution saving throw as you feel the inside of this worm's mouth start dripping, and you see onto your cloak and your individual
I pass.
items start burning. What, you got 20?
yeah.
Okay. So you're going to take half this, 11 points of poison damage, as now you are basically going down the gullet of this large worm. You've made it about 10 to 15 feet.
Poison damage being a skeleton? I don't see.
I don't know, you should know that. So, Orem, onto you, as that is a reaction from the creature
I'll
that
look it
you
up.
see. So now you basically just see your friend and all these arms just, and then out of the basic sand, and then Gildor just gets swallowed up.
Okay. Right. Shit, a lot just happened on that turn, didn't it? Okay, I'm gonna use my. So this was a big motherfucker, right?
Oh, a huge creature.
So he's a huge creature, and so I got a big old AOE called Fairy Fire, which make it real fucking difficult. Make it real difficult, if it even possible, for him to dodge that.
No way.
So all attacks have advantage against it. That's my action.
And that hits through the whole beam. So that's tentacles as well.
Go. That's my action.
Okay. You moving it off?
Yeah, marking that spell slot off. Oh, I used the healing word already. And then I'm gonna use. I'm gonna fucking. I'm actually gonna fucking get the fuck away, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck out. I want to be far enough away that I won't get hit by any sweeps. However, still.
Yeah, you. That'll definitely be far enough away.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Anything else?
How much did you hit that tentacle for?
No, that's it.
This one?
Yeah.
Like 30 something. 36.
36.
36?
I think it says 18 double. Maybe it's 16 double.
16 though.
32. Yeah, one is very weak. The other one's decently hurt as well.
What can I use my bonus action to figure out, is this a beast or an apparition?
This is.
Do I know anything about this thing?
Give me an intelligence check.
Can I turn into this later?
That's what I want to know. Can I be a sandworm? Fuck no. 2 plus 1.
You're not sure, but you can tell that whatever this once was, or something. It's been changed.
Okay.
You know from being here, reading, noticing, studying. There's worms here. There's sandworms.
Yeah.
They're not this big.
Yeah.
They don't have tentacle arms, and they also don't usually attack aggressively. So for the fact that it's doing this, it's out of the ordinary.
One of them abomination thingies, huh?
Something, or possibly changed. Yeah.
Something.
So,
Alright.
anything else?
Nah, that's pretty much.
All right.
100%.
Fuck this on you.
Oh wait, I forgot to do something. How much damage? Oh yeah. My skeleton's still up.
Concentration check. Important. I saw it still.
Go in.
Why the fuck I got
Go into that tentacle.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like an instant 20 something to hit.
You just he's flashing right into it.
Fish for the crit, baby. Fish for the crit.
Well, I thought advantage was just +2 versus
No,
No,
flanking
advantage.
is +2.
Yeah,
Advantage
advantage
is
is-
rolling
yep.
twice. No, 15 plus 1.
you're good.
This one.
Fish from crit speed. Your palate.
Reroll. 13 damage
So this one?
to them.
You see this one in a moment. It starts sliding and it starts to come back down on top of you. I need an
So what
acrobatics
I
check.
wanted to do was I wanted to run by and like slice it with my sword.
Okay, so yeah, you just and you see it. Then if you're still moving, that's fine. You see it as it wallows back and forth, and then it just falls. Where do you want to move?
I'm gonna run up to that. Can I like jump and take my sword and like stab it into this thing?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
All right, so you and you jump up. Give me an athletics check.
20.
Oh yeah, so you calves bearing with you just go up, intensity going up into the air. Attack.
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
Let me see.
so you bring it up and you start coming down on top of them.
So both. Well, I guess that would be my second attack.
Mhm.
I didn't. But that was advantage. So yeah, nat
Right.
20.
Yep. So you net 20. Yep. Oh Jesus.
Another 13. So 26. And I'm
Okay.
gonna just go ahead and smite.
Yep.
Double 2.
11. So 22.
So 26, 40.
57 total. 26 plus. Or was it 26?
Was it 36?
No, 13 double. So,
30, yes, 26
so
plus
20
22.
So
right?
40.
26 plus 20.
So 48.
40.
All right, wow, that's a lot of damage. You literally, in a minute, you hear as this worm kind of encloses its mouth, and you kind of tear down with your blade, kind of opening this huge nape from its like what would be almost its nose down part of its throat, and then you see it rescend back down into the ground. At this point, now its turn. You see it boom, burrow. Gildor and the worm disappear.
Attack.
At this point,
Do you know what you
you can. As you see it rescend, you see a moment as you land your blade into it. You go in your rear back, you grab it by the hilt, you can stab into it as it's receding back into the ground.
19 for one of them.
Yep, that'll hit. Yep.
Well, I guess, do I get extra attack on.
No, just the one.
No, just no.
And attack.
So 7. 13 damage with my sword.
Good damage. So as it rescends down, you start seeing this viscous spew out from this creature. You've done a decent amount of damage to the point where it seems to be running. You see it slurp down, and where it once was, we'll just use. We'll go to the other one because that one's knocked down. You see another one
Yo, Gildor
pop
did.
out. You see pop out, and now this worm rescend down. You start seeing movement along the bottom, going, making its way this way. At the end of its turn, life on you.
61 point turn.
She was hot.
She was hot.
Hand axe. I'm the swing right in front of me.
All right, so as you rear back with your axe, go to bear in.
15.
Yep, that'll hit.
9 damage.
9 damage. So as you rear back and you whoosh, you see it, and in an attempt to do so, it turns and you see it go and it attempts to grab you and lift you up. I need a strength saving throw as you see it. Let me make sure it hits though. Oh yeah, 19. So as it goes in, it tries to pick you up. You need to pass a 17 on this to resist it.
Oh, fuck no.
Fuck no. So as you see it, it goes and it grabs you. In an attempt to do so, you cannot resist. And you yourself
I don't know why.
feel your body brought up into the air, restrained and grappled, unable to do so. And you feel these large pincers start crushing down. You feel part of your shield and your armor. It starts cracking in. What do you want to do? Is there anything else?
Did I fall when he burrowed, or did you just accidentally knock me
Oh,
down?
sorry. Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
Send him back up. Yeah, he's right in front of that. Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon
Okay.
right next to it. Scythe again.
I'll move this bad boy.
That one. I missed.
Where do you want it? Right here?
You have advantage on the
Right.
attack.
Yeah, it's advantage because of fairy fire. Yeah, fairy fire is good stuff.
15.
Wham. 15, well hit. Damage.
Nice.
I'm gonna remember this one day.
5.
Alright, so you rear back, you slam into it, you do 5 damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Alright, so at the end of your turn, remember next at the start of your turn, you'll need a saving throw to try and break free. So, Grendridge, he's gonna stand up. He's then gonna go.
Not the one he hit. He did a bunch of damage.
Yep. And he's gonna try and slam into this. He can't get close enough, but he's got something in his pocket. He wields back and he shoots the small little hand bow. It rears back, it's gonna hit barely. As it goes in, it's going to do 8 points of damage. And that's not enough. It's very weak, but you do not see it fall. Gildor, on to you.
Okay, I want to upcast Rhyme's Binding Ice
Okay.
down the creature's throat.
Alright.
Because that will make a bunch of ice.
Mm-hmm. So as you see, you feel your body, you're straining around, you're just... As this is, give me a concentration check to make sure that as you're casting this, with everything around, that you're able to push and muster it. Garbage. So you go and you pull, you're going to be able to cast it, it's just not going to be able to affect quite as much as you want. So what does this spell do? Exactly.
It shoots a 30-foot cone of ice.
Okay, so you're probably going to be able to encapsulate maybe 10 feet. So the cone, you're not able to muster quite as much power. You're able to cast it, but you're able to just cast this cone of ice.
And it does damage.
How much damage?
3.
It'll do the same amount of damage. It's just not going to emit as much frost as you're wanting to. Actually, I'll just say half the damage too, because it's going to almost half the effect. So
It's not half the effect. You have it at a third of the effect.
right, but I'm going to half the damage because it's not resistant to it at all or anything. So I'll just say with your concentration.
When it doesn't roll a save.
Does it have a save?
Yeah.
To resist it, but if you're inside of it,
Right.
you can't possibly avoid the effect.
Right, I'm not going to avoid the effect. It's 19.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's going to resist it, but it's going to take part of the
10
damage anyway. 10 damage?
10 damage.
Okay, so then what is the... So you have 10 feet inside of the stomach that just... You see a part of the, like, intestines and whatnot sift and rescend to the inside of the walls, and your body kind of alleviates from the muscles and the spasms pushing in on you. You have a little bit of movement inside. You've used your action. Do you have a bonus action or anything you want to do?
I'm going to use my bonus action to command my skeleton, my zombie, to come to me.
Alright, so you say come to me, and you just all see... How far can it move?
30 feet.
You see it just run this way. As you see the sand just kind of start moving that way. Orem, your turn.
I believe I'm going to cast Withering. I gotta figure out how wide it is because I'd like to hit all 3 of these penetrations over there. And
It's 10 foot.
with a 10-foot radius, then putting it right in the middle square, that should hit them all, right? Because they're all large, so they should all.
This one's taking up like these. This one's here. This
Oh, I
one's
can hit-
technically
I
there.
can hit 2 of them, but not all 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you cast it here, you can do 5, 10.
Well, yeah, if I cast it like here, it's a 10-foot radius.
Oh, radius, yeah,
So
you're
it
good.
hit, hit that corner and that corner.
Yep, you get those
So I'm
two.
gonna hit those 2.
You also will do him as well.
It's my choice.
Oh, okay,
It's not all creatures. It's my choice. But he gets to
I have a save.
roll a hit dice.
Is there a save?
Fucking yeah.
I'll just see.
Con save. It'd be 16.
So the far one is 18 natural, and the other one is a 10 plus 4, so 14 for the other one that has...
both of them fail. It's a DC 16 save.
The
The,
first one
the
passed.
first one passed, the second one failed though.
That's fine.
So the one that has life is failing.
Cool. Well, so that was 4 plus 4. It doesn't add my bullshit, right?
Yeah.
No, no. So they take 8 necrotic damage. Half, 4 if they succeeded. and then he gets to use a hit dice. And so it's whatever the hit dice plus my spellcasting modifier.
Hang on one
So
second.
5.
As this
So-
happens, you see it,
Have
and
hit
it,
dice?
as you hit it, you see the arms start falling.
Plus mine, 5. So when you roll your hit dice plus 5. That's how much
Be like a D10 plus 5.
Now, as that's happening,
D8.
you good? Okay, so as you see that, the arm starts falling, and you, as this arm starts slumping, you restrain, you feel it almost alleviate, and you feel the arm and slam down. And as you do so, you're gonna take. Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can lighten this. Ooh.
You got some HP back.
I rolled
Total
really
19.
hot. 19? Alright, you're good. So as you feel the slam, you kind of roll out of it using your shield to kind of lighten some of it and tuck and roll. And as you do so, you're going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ground. As you do so, though, you are no longer restrained, and this arm has now fallen. You land, and as you do so, you land right behind General Grendridge. As he turns and looks at you, you see him bleeding, 2 arrows still kind of sticking out of his back now that you see have been broken off, and he just keeps on going on. Is there anything else you want to do? Oh, that's right, sorry, or
Well, that was my action to cast.
that's like, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you got movement.
The fucking zombie is that way.
Yeah, it seems
sure.
as if it's running this way.
Yeah, I'll move fucking 30 feet. Kind of. I don't want to get too far away, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right, so you move over there.
Something like
This
that.
on you.
I'll just go both attacks into this one in front of me.
All right.
I'll use my bonus action to slap the zombie on the ass.
All right, so you
Neither-
and you now have a little bit of like flesh just kind of wicking off your forearm.
Neither of those have been hit, right? Fresh.
One has been hit. This one has been hit, and this one seems to be. Or no, this one is fresh, and this one is.
See, that one
taken-
just popped.
Yeah,
That one
one's-
just took 4 damage.
This one has taken 16 total.
I'm gonna do both attacks.
Okay.
So one's gonna hit. Second one's gonna hit.
Okay.
9, 7, 16, plus 10, 26. That's just my sword. 26 damage.
For that one.
Yeah.
Okay, you see this one, and as you see it, it kind of recourses, and the hand starts bellowing out some sonic noise almost. You see some slight vocal cord or tongue emanate from the inside, and you see this one react. As you see it turn, it looks as if it's aiming towards you, and it's going to slam down. It does so, you're not in range. You see this huge thing just slam down, and in doing so, you see it retract very slow. Before, these were slamming down and retracting quite quickly. Now you're seeing it slow, almost as if it's starting to become weak. As you slam into it, you now see that all of these arms and appendages are starting to just bleed out. You notice the damage you're starting to do in toll on it is quite heavy.
I'm gonna go ahead and use second level spell slot to smite just one of those attacks.
Okay, so you bring it down.
Call to the heavens.
Yep, so you're adding on to it. Oh god. Paladins and
For another 14.
oh my
My dick.
god. Alright, so you see this arm recourse, and the other one once more it tries to slam, but it can't weaken. You see it almost shrivel, and they almost shrink in size, almost like they're wilting, trying to like send a source of like power elsewhere within this worm's body. You good?
Yeah,
Alright.
If I move, it's opportunity.
Yep. All right, so the worms attack. So you, as you feel it convulse, trying restricting back onto this ice in this cavern that you've kind of emanated inside of its body. It does so. You start seeing it crackle around as it does so. You see this muscle spasm as the muscles try and. I need a strength saving throw as you feel it start contorting in on your body, trying to crush your skeleton form.
14.
That is what? Nothing added? You
Yeah, I have
straight?
10 strength.
Yeah, you're good. Or no, you're not good. So you feel it 1 away, you need a 15. So you feel it just crush in on you as you do so. This is gonna be a lot of damage.
The ice in the throat doesn't do anything.
It does, but it started cracking through. I passed this save. I did a strength check to see if I could or con save. You're gonna take 28 points
I'm
of this
unconscious.
muscle spasm damage as it rips into your stomach. You start feeling your body as you just coerce into nothingness. You see this worm now as it feels no more movement as the spell lessens inside and it rips out over here. You see the body start as it regurgitates you out. You see here most of his equipment starting to just, you see his bones start literally almost melting away. He's still there, though unconscious. You then see it almost start moving again. But that's the end of its turn. Life, onto you.
Okay, so he's unconscious?
Yep.
Can I hold reaction?
You can hold it.
Hold an action.
Hold an action? Like, can I hold a bonus action? To, like, dodge? Attack that's coming at
You
me?
can use the dodge action.
Yeah, you'd use
Yeah.
a dodge action.
I am going to
I mean, you can
cast
just use
healing
the dodge
word.
action, yeah.
No, I'm
Holy
you're
dodge.
right there.
Yep, he's undead. He
Oh,
can't
shit.
heal him.
What?
He's
Okay.
undead, he can't heal him.
With like healing word?
Yeah.
Healing word does not work on
Yeah.
undeads.
How about withering bloom?
Wither Bloom does.
I got that spell. I got one left, baby.
Okay, instead of that,
Actually, when you fell, I need a death saving throw.
Well, I just want you to know if I roll above a 16, I'm immediately conscious.
Well, no.
I failed.
So you failed the first one. Because it would have, yeah. Anyway.
okay, instead I'm gonna
We're okay.
move my first one mark right there.
All right.
Is that within range?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Use a bonus action to move that and attack with it.
Okay.
So that's still advantage because of the fairy
Mm-hmm.
fire.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit. Rendred's on deck too.
So if you... gone?
No, I only failed one. We got two more.
Doing the curse. Or not
No,
one active.
that's only in where Thunderbolt or
I do 12 force damage to that.
To that one. So as you rear back and you notice that the body just kind of and it wicks, and as it does so, you feel a recourse from the main body. You see it almost like reach out in some sort of like large screeching. That's it.
On the bonus action, I'm gonna send. So is that one still up?
That one, yes, it's very weak though.
I'm gonna launch one of my blasts, about to blast at him,
Okay.
that one, and the other one at that one.
All right, so for the first one,
That's plus 6. 22.
yep, that'll hit.
you don't know.
I don't know what type of tiefling he is.
You're not.
So that's 8, 10.
And they just updated the book, so there's even more.
8 force damage to that one.
Okay. So as you see this arm just rip through, and you see it fall. As it does so, as it falls, you see some sort of recourse in this as it starts to slum and move its way towards Orm.
My second one. Oh, no.
Oh wow, a 1 and a 2.
That one.
Wow. So you just see it
Does not hit.
and veer off.
Then I'm gonna move. Pretty rate.
All right.
Turn.
Now,
And I do have.
Grendrich. He's gonna turn. We're actually doing quite well! But where do we go? Should I fight the arm? Or do I go after... And he turns back. fucking mouth of the beast.
Whatever's in range.
I'll take either one.
Really? He doesn't have like 30 feet of movement? 5.
I mean, this is difficult terrain, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, yeah, we can get here.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can get here. All right, so he's going to go here. He's slamming twice.
He might have been in range of the mouth, too.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he would.
He's going to hit once.
1, 2 squared. 1, 2, many.
Oh, yeah, he's going to bring it down. Max damage on the worm arm. All right, so this one. Oh, it's not dead. It's so close. You see this one as he slams into it. It starts almost bending. You see the arm once more almost fall, and in a reaction, it goes to slam down on top of him. He's going to make a reaction. He fails. Does it hit him? No. So it goes to slam, and even though he fails, he gets out of the way, and it just veers off. As doing so, he glances off his blade. That's the end of his turn. Gildor, I need a death saving throw.
Come on, above a 16. I fail.
Ooh, okay.
Oral.
My turn. Wither and bloom.
Now, as you do this, before you do so and you heal him, I need to roll D100.
Okay.
Actually, I need.
If you need one, I
Yeah.
have a shit ton.
Yeah, give me. I was about to say.
Yeah.
You.
Not me.
Yeah, I don't think I actually need this many D100.
No, you're good. I got this. Oh shit. Okay. There you go. Okay.
No, you can keep that. Okay. I have plenty.
Okay. Go on about your action.
Yeah, I need a DC 16 con save.
On the big one, he fails. Or no, he passes. Con, not dex.
Then he takes 2 necrotic damage,
Okay.
and you can. I gain 6 HP plus my spell mod.
Now, as you do so, you realize as you come back, how much?
I think so.
It's halved. It's 3. The healing effect is somewhat diminished. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah.
Fuck this own day.
Not particularly.
All right, on you. Fuck this.
I'm gonna finish that off.
All right.
What do you think?
13 for the first attack.
That'll
Hits.
hit. Yep. You know at least a 10 hits on these arms.
8, 13.
All right. So total
Yeah.
for the attack or the damage?
For the damage. 13
On the first one.
on the first.
Okay. So you rear back and you, and as you do so, you see the arm fall. And once more, in a large reaction, you see this worm recourse down into the ground. As you see it rescend, you see the appendages bleeding. You notice that the worm has retreated back under the ground, and after a moment, you see no more tremors in the ground. As you do so, you see it tail off very quickly off into the distance. The sand seems to stop. Seems as if whatever that was have at least made go away. Now, at this point, you guys are out in the middle of the desert, about 1.5 miles away from Podre Prison. You have 4 large tentacle arms that you have just felled before you from this worm. And to your knowledge, possibly have maybe people in tow, but you're unsure. As Grendridge turns, he looks at the party as now you guys are gathered together. Well, that was a hell of a fight from you all. I didn't think. He goes over to one of the worms and he puts his arm on it. Never seen one of these taken down by just a couple of adventurers. Normally ballistas and things are needed. You guys are quite a formidable party. Moonlight Marauders, right. Now, I really wish that I'd come more prepared, that I had thought of a better plan. We're out in the middle of the desert. But I guess there's no better time than now to tell you what I found.
I'm gonna take a look into my flask.
So at this point, you're just like...
Anyone super fucking low?
You guys can get a short rest from this if you wish. You guys can just kind of bunker down if you want. This would be a time to take.
While we're doing that, are these like in the mouth? Are they like hard, like carapaces?
Mhm.
Or, like,
On the ends, a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
Are they like plates or are they just like solid?
I would say almost like
Not back stuff.
somewhat like keratin in a way,
Okay.
but not so hard. Not so hard that you might be able to like form armor out of after the fight. Some of them are really beaten, but if you really tried, maybe you would be able to gather something from some.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna fucking salvage material of some kind off these fucking beaks.
All right, just give me an intelligence check to see as you kind of glance it over. As you do that, Grendridge comes over and he
Nice.
looks at the rest of them after you go through.
19 total for that.
Oh yeah, so you were able to gather like 2 large scraps of about 2 by 2 foot huge, like I'd say chitin hides from these arms of whatever was growing off this worm. Grendrid looks about Miss Cassandra. Seems as if Miss Volt's mana, after you all, well, exploded, there was individuals from the city guard that came rushing. I'm not sure quite if they saw me, but I was able to get you out, like I said. Now, what you don't know, why I needed the 2 days. I've been spying on Miss Cassandra. She has changed. She has taken shape of some sort of red dragonborn. Her power emits, but she has gone into hiding. She waits for a meeting. He pulls out the map that he has copied, as you see, and he starts pulling it out. I took notes from the one of Newall Forest and others that I have gathered. I've ascertained that she is going to have a meeting with a certain member of the Rocks family and what I believe to be another professor within Albazine. They're going to be in the Contrevance Holt in 2 days' time. If we leave now, and we can catch caravan, we can make it to Newall, hopefully, before their meeting takes place. And he pulls out a map and he shows you exactly where he's ascertained the meeting to take place. I have about a 1/4 mile area that I think it's going to happen in. There's certain rivers and a waterfall that they spoke of. We go there, we can beat them, set up an ambush. We listen in. We gather as much knowledge as possible before we jump them. We kill Cassandra, and we figure out whatever their ploy is and who they're working with to figure out how far this corruption goes within Albazine. Now,
We should probably send another letter to what's her name.
a letter to who?
I'm over here.
I mean, you guys are all
I
together
would- I
now.
would've
Yeah, you guys, don't worry about
walked up
that.
to them.
You guys are all...
What?
I whisper him because I saw him send the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably like now that we're not in prison, we could probably meet up.
Need a pigeon.
We're outside.
There any vultures
Give me a perception check.
looking for these?
Can I aim
Looking at
him?
these
I guess
corpses?
guidance on you.
Yeah, I'll allow
Yeah.
1 aid. Yeah, sure.
Oh, plus a guidance. Huh.
He's aided.
So that gives me advantage.
Yep.
Slightly better. 6 plus 8 is fucking, what is that, 14? 14 plus a 1, so 15 total.
At first, not so much, but then as you guys are talking and a few moments go by, you see some wildlife and what looked to be some vulture-like creatures kind of circling above, waiting
Yeah,
for
there's a
you
bunch
to
of
kind
meat.
of
Yeah.
make your way away from these creatures.
Never
Well, we
mind.
can wait for it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I
Can
also,
druids change their prepared spells like clerics can? Or
yeah, but technically speaking,
wouldn't it like take like 10 minutes?
takes though. Just do it whenever we take a long rest.
So you guys are sitting here.
It's when you finish a long rest.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I don't have to ritual cast it in it. You said that these things were bleeding.
At this point, yeah, they're still softly bleeding out. You guys have been here about 20, 30 minutes,
I'm
and
gonna
they're
fill
still...
one of my 10 vials with some sandworm blood.
Alright, so you go over, that's easy enough. You gather a little bit of the blood. You notice that it is slightly, I'd say almost like a purplish hue as you gather it into your vial with a reddish tint to it.
And then, as... Are we getting ready to... Are we leaving? Are we getting ready to go? We have...
Gregor looks at you. That's exactly what I was going to ask.
So
What?
you're the only one who actually knows where the fuck we are.
Yeah, we need to let's turn on this dog and see if we can
Oh, I
get
mean,
rest
are
from
Let's
we
get
even
to
close?
safety. Let's get to safety.
Are we even close to Inventus? Not really, right? It's south.
He kind of looks up at the sky, then looks around at the surroundings. Where to go about, I'd say west, maybe day and a half travel. Should be able to make it to Inventus.
Then are we gonna be able to make it to Newell on time, though?
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, he didn't give a timeline on delivering the dog. If we die in the process, well, that's one less thing we don't fucking worry about.
I need like a 4-hour nappy.
That's correct. Me too. Is there any? So if we head north, we'd be heading towards Newell. Am I correct?
Northwestish, yes.
Do you know if there's any notable settlements?
Not in the desert. There's nothing.
There are no oasis.
Our
Nothing.
best guess is
How
to. I'd say maybe anywhere between 15 to 25 miles, depending. And in the desert, if we stay at a fast pace, we run the risk of dehydration and possibly passing out.
People made of meat.
Yeah, you laugh, Mr. Undead, but beings like me need water. Now,
Like I've never had meat before.
and at this point, give me a perception check, everybody. As you guys sit here and are wandering around, you feel the heat beating down on you, beads of sweat starting to grow.
17.
10.
Who rolled over a 19? You two, as this is all going on, see something far off in the sky. Very dark, but miles off. Very small, but very distant.
Say that.
Sure. I'm gonna point out and go, is that a motherfucking airship?
As you say that, everybody turns around. That one.
Nope.
Oh, that's a cloud.
No.
Not quite sure what that is.
Bad.
We might,
How are you meant to signal the airship? Like, do you have like a flare?
I wasn't. I was supposed to meet on the 5th floor.
We should probably.
The plan was the 5th floor! I told him I'd be there around 2 a.m., maybe? But to be just looking out at 2 days' time. We didn't go there, so I have no idea.
Okay. Let's fucking head northwest. But before we do that, I'm gonna stick the end of my staff in the closest source of blood from these things.
Okay.
And I'm gonna write out in the sand, if you follow us, this will be you.
Alright, so you take a little moment and you etch this into the sand, doing so. You're able to do so in common, and
Yeah.
after a few moments, you look back up and that speck is getting closer. And as you do so, you see almost like a large sail on one side, and then on the other, you see them full mass and kind of tilting towards your way. You notice that the body of whatever this is enriched with wood, and then after a few moments after riding, kind of turn around and no one seems to really notice, and then you're sure that this is an airship. It seems to be kind of heading your way.
Unless you're the General's ex.
After that amendment, you see at this point everybody notices it after you guys start kind of walking off. And at this point, you turn around and you see this airship making its way down. And upon doing so, you see large sails and what looks to be like a large draconic head mass, and then kind of carved back at the head of this sail. As you do so, you see one individual with some dark figures amongst the deck of this ship. It stands about 400 feet in the air, and as it does so, it gets closer. Rendridge turns, and all you see is this bright smile across his face. He wipes the sweat, and he's like, "Oh, boys, she still fucking loves me." And that's where we're going to end today's session, and we'll pick up there next week with you guys seeing whoever's in this airship. So, there we go. Good stuff, boys.
Nice.
We went there.
Once his